So change them after.
You have an answer.
Before.
Does everybody have an answer to this question though?
If you could go back and change something?
If you could go back and change something about your life, what would you change?
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
I know exactly what I would do.
Can you elaborate?
Yeah, you were saying you keep bringing it up.
No, I would go back and save my dignity.
I knew it, and that's not gonna help.
You're saying by not dating your ex to begin with?
No, that'd be dumb.
But you see, you've learned though.
Yeah,
because
if you went back and
it
changed
then-
that, you wouldn't have learned that lesson.
Is it that I'm going back in time and warning myself, or I'm back, like, it's just me, I replace myself?
Well, it sounds like regardless, you want the outcome to be the same, so it doesn't really matter.
Either way, it's
Yeah,
the same.
well, no.
What if you left and the other KJ was like, damn, he's a bitch? Like, you know what I mean?
I don't think I would think that
What
about
if
myself.
life ends up worse? What if you
You don't think you
warned him,
would?
he'd-
I know, I'd rather hear this coming from me. Because, like, people were trying to tell me, it's like, she's probably, like...
I feel
But
like I
actually,
said that.
No.
I feel like I tried that the same
No, you
thing.
did. I'm saying I would have listened to myself.
Bro, said invalid. I need a real one to talk to.
I hear what you're saying, and I've said that to myself before too. But at the same time, I'm like, I wouldn't even have listened to myself.
Exactly.
I wouldn't have.
You would have been like, it's probably not that bad.
No,
He's overreacting.
I need to get this out.
I'm John.
I'm Alfonso.
I'm Darren.
I'm Karris.
KJ. Welcome to the Scat Cast. We don't know either.
We really don't. On this one, all right, we've had KJ on before.
I live here now.
He does. He lives with us. We couldn't get him to leave. This time we got Karris, his friend as well here.
She's just here sometimes. I met her on a bus.
Yep.
And I'm Darren. I also live here.
All right, Darren, we get it. All right, all right,
I had to
bud.
let you know he lives in the Scat Cast. Oh my
To
God.
be fair, me and Darren have created the most powerful tag team in the house.
What is
I'm
that?
gonna need you to
What?
elaborate.
Kaya and Nibbles.
Oh,
They're best friends now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's really cute.
the dog and the cat.
Now,
dog
to be
and the
fair,
cat
for
share
all
a bed.
listeners, my dog is
a
tan
fucking op.
and white, and their dogs are black, and their dogs and cats are both black and white.
So colorism?
Yeah,
It's
it is.
colorism.
It literally
Cool.
is.
Snowy is a fucking op.
There's no Snowy is.
I think
perfectly
Kaya's
fine.
an
There's
op, I ain't
nothing
gonna
wrong
lie.
with Snowy.
I don't
You
know.
said Kaya's an op.
My dog just
Yeah.
has ADD. That's all.
Kaya,
She's so hyper.
Kaya gets into the trash.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
that's
no.
Kaya's problem.
She eats pads, tampons, and condoms. So
It's a cuisine.
Yeah.
It's a
Cat food.
cuisine.
She's a dog.
No.
She's just nasty, bro. I don't know. I don't know.
I can see her like putting on
Yes.
her little bib, her little fork and knife, like,
Bad.
Kaya does not eat like that.
Today I will have the cat shit fricassee with a
toilet water.
with
Kaya
a
get
cup
in there
of
with
my
her
own
fucking,
throw up
she
to
get food
wash
under
it
her
down.
nail. Like she eats messy.
Ew.
Like wings.
Yeah.
Like how you would eat wings and ribs.
Yeah.
She just sees that pad and goes.
Doesn't wipe her mouth after.
No.
Yeah. She fucking-
If I
Yeah.
ever saw a dog like lick the like
I'd
suck
be
the
done.
I mean, they do. They lick their.
No, but if they actually like did it like how I
Well, they can't purse their lips.
don't
It's
have-
impossible.
That's what I'm
Were you gonna
saying.
say they don't have
Ew.
lips?
Not to purse.
But do dogs
They
have
also
lips?
don't have lips. No, they have the jowls that
Crazy.
cover their mouth.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, so like
okay,
an English
different
bulldog
word.
could do it.
Yeah, because they don't have muscles around their mouth.
So they
So they
can't do
can't-
anything with
yeah.
them. That's crazy.
They can't smile either.
Smile dog.
I've seen a dog smile. I don't
That's,
know.
that's just how it naturally looks when they open their mouth.
Yeah.
They smile with their
But
eyes.
they can't like frown when with their mouth open. They can't smile with their mouth closed.
I've definitely seen a dog frown. I can tell you that for sure.
yeah, but their mouth is not open.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Like, that's
their
literally how
mouth
their
is
mouth is
naturally
shaped.
shaped
Yeah.
like that. It's the way that they're looking at you.
People often say that like you.
It's the eyes.
That's yeah.
I mean, yeah.
They smile
It's how
and frown
it's
with
how they
their
look
eyes.
at you.
Also, their position of their head.
Yeah.
And tail.
I don't know. People say you can't tell if a dog's smiling or not, but I think you absolutely can.
Yeah.
You can tell when they're excited.
It's like a baby. When babies smile at first, they're just farting.
I've seen.
I'm so serious. They can't control their facial muscles yet, but they can respond to sensation, if I understand right. So
Yeah.
it like feels good. So their face does that, to my understanding.
So they fart
I don't
and
know.
they feel happy.
I don't know how she does it.
It makes them
but
happy.
she finds a way to smile. It's probably the muscles back here that move it.
Yeah.
But I've seen her just be like,
Yeah. No,
just
she
like
does.
sitting there.
That's adorable.
I know this is kind of odd. I know we brought up babies a second ago. Do y'all like babies?
Yes.
I don't mind babies. I like children.
Because I've seen people who like get grossed out being around babies and stuff like that.
I think
I'll
I
tell
don't
you
think-
right
I
now.
would be like mean, but like it's kind of weird. Just be like I hate kids. It's just like this blanket statement. I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you mean
Babies
by
are
that?
cute
But if-
and like children are super fun to fuck with.
As somebody who
That's fair.
Works in a hospital, I would much prefer taking care of babies and children than like geriatrics.
Yeah, like elderly people.
I was
They're
just
just
thinking
big
about
babies
that.
at that point.
But they have like
babies that can
rights.
talk.
But the babies I can easily flip over. You know,
You know that like new babies smell?
Yeah.
Like,
Actually, I don't know that smell.
Yeah.
you've never smelled a baby?
Like
Fresh out the
human?
car.
Like a
Pretty much.
fresh
Fresh out
baby,
the
like
womb,
new
just-
baby smell.
No, like if I say
real
new
thing.
baby, I don't mean like out the womb. I mean like first couple months. You know,
Yes,
like
I've smelled a baby.
Yeah, so babies have that smell. Like, where does that smell come from?
Pheromones?
Probably the place.
Probably all the
they're from.
hygiene products they
Like-
use on the baby.
That and
No,
the
they just-
lack of like bodily pollution. They just got here.
Yeah, they're probably not that oily. They're probably not
know?
that sweaty.
Is that what's supposed to be like what we naturally smell like then?
I mean, I guess
mean,
well, the question is,
in
do
the
Asian
beginning.
people smell like that?
Why?
Because they
Why?
have, they have like a less sweating. They have a better like BO to like smell rate.
Actually, that's kind of true because I don't
Yeah.
sweat a lot.
Yeah, they sweat, and that's why like I think in Japanese culture like it's weird if you use deodorant because
Yeah.
like you're not supposed to smell.
Yeah, I don't sweat a lot.
Exactly. So I
lot.
feel like if anything, the people who smell like I guess we have to smell Darren.
They don't use deodorant?
They don't
Darren's not
need to.
They don't
Japanese.
smell like literally their genes does not make them sweat like
I
that.
said they.
I think they also have supplements too.
I didn't know about the
Or it
supplement.
was a TikTok that lied. They were like, yeah, I went to Japan and I couldn't find deodorant anywhere. And I found out that's because they don't really need it because they take this. But it sounds like TikTok influencing.
Yeah, I don't
Sound
know.
like she was a dumb bitch.
All
Dude,
things are
Korean
possible.
and Japanese beauty products are just different. They're so nice. Like,
What
I
do
don't
you
know.
mean like they're nice? Like if you could allow like too like are they just like healthier like not
They're
like
just better than the American alternatives.
Well, we use like,
like
fucking pollutants and shit. We'd be just throwing on WD-40 if it like
God.
makes you
it's
shiny.
that, and, like, I mean, like, think about what they have to work with.
What do they have?
What did
what,
work
what
with?
does that mean?
Yeah.
Well, they're smaller. They're like generally speaking, they're like smaller, and like there's not as much like
What does that have to do with beauty
you know.
products?
You know,
You
Korea
guys
has
like
like.
crazy with makeup.
Skincare.
Well, I mean, well, I thought you were talking about like makeup.
Where's
too.
this going?
I thought you were talking about makeup. As
No,
well.
I'm talking about just like
Mostly
skincare,
skincare.
Like
oral
all
care.
products.
Like
Oh no, I
glass
thought you were talking about like makeup and like how it makes.
You said
how it
there's less of an
affects the-
area
No,
to
no, no.
apply it to.
No, it's just like since they're smaller, like they're like most of their beauty isn't really dependent on like the shape of their body as it is like the size. Like over there, it's just like if you're small, you're pretty. So like I would imagine all of their effort has to go into like their skincare and their makeup to make themselves look a certain way, since there's not like
I mean, that is true, but it's not based off of their height.
no. I mean, yeah, because like, and I was saying that as well because like you know like Korean men have like on average the smallest penises in the world too. So it's like
What? Just
I'm not Korean, don't look at me.
no.
Why are you just fucking making the Koreans
I
catch
was
strays
gonna
right now?
just
Like, why
throw
would
it
you
out
throw
there.
that out there?
That's a right card on the field. Just like who caught
He's like, by the way, speaking of Koreans, like,
I've been meaning to say.
I don't know.
this is on my mind a lot.
Do you
I
think
don't-
about this frequently?
I was watching a podcast. I
About
was
penis?
watching two different podcasts.
About Korean
I was
penis.
watching Cumtown.
Probably.
Dog, what?
It's an old podcast. It's like one of the most popular podcasts. It's this old podcast with comedians. You know Stavros Halkias?
No.
Well, he's like
They talk about Korean penis.
well, there were three of them.
He has not said no.
Yeah.
He's gonna get to it, John.
There were
Okay,
three
okay.
of them. There's
Talking about Korean penis.
there's Stav, Adam, and Nick. Stav actually got famous and now he's on like TV and stuff, so he made his own podcast. Nick and Adam do their own thing called the Adam Friedland Show, but in the past it was Cumtown. There was this episode where they just spent the whole time going through the small dick problem subreddit. And that's when they found out.
Have you seen the Big Dick Problem subreddit?
Yeah, that's what
Oh
happened.
my
So
God.
like they were reading it and he was like, yeah, sometimes people will come from the big dick problem to the small dick and be like, listen, it was
It's
like,
not that bad. Come
yeah.
on.
Yeah, it's just like having a big dick sucks. It's like, you know, sometimes you hurt a girl and then they're like, I would do anything to hurt a woman. And so I
This is
listened
why
to
they have
that.
small dicks.
Yeah, I was listening to that, and then I was listening to Matt and Shane's secret podcast where they were also talking about it, and they were like, yeah, Koreans have the smallest penises. Because they were like, you know, who has the biggest penises? Like the Congo has like the biggest penis on average. They're all like 6.1 inches on average, and the average in Korea is like 3.5.
like that's max
wow.
length, right? Like just max.
That's the average.
No, it's average.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
No, the max is much higher.
Hard?
Yeah, hard. But like, it doesn't matter because the women match. So like,
You know?
like I don't
You know,
think
working in geriatrics and with like adults in general, in the hospital,
Where are you going with this?
a lot of people are like growers and not showers. Like it's surprising to me.
Oh no,
Is that like legal to say? Like,
I'm not doubting anybody. It doesn't break any hips.
No, but I see
I'm just saying
like,
in general.
yeah, like, is there like a real like? Was there ever like a 50-50 of like growers and showers? I'm like just fellas, the fellas.
So
Well, like, I
basically-
thought it was a way smaller ratio. I thought it would have been like 70-30, like 70 showers, 30 growers. But now I'm seeing it's more
Really?
like 60-40, where you get like 60 showers. No, sorry, 60 growers and then 40% showers.
that's kind of around like what I would assume it would be, to be honest.
Huh.
Yeah, some
So it is
people are-
close to 50.
Some people are lucky and have a dick that
but
you
it's like,
can
but
show off
like
that
the
also
ratios are
grows.
way more than I would have initially thought. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
It's got to be the dream.
Because the concept is fucked too. Because like if you're a shower, that probably means your dick is like not that big.
Because it wouldn't like.
If you're a shower, you just
No.
have most of your length already, and it
yes.
doesn't get much harder.
Mm-hmm.
So like your dick's 4 inches soft.
but when I say, okay, I don't know about that for sure. I've never seen them erect. But when I'm saying like, what was I going to say?
When you said that, I thought you meant like you're making a mental note and like comparing them soft to hard. That's how you know that there's a lot of like.
some people
just
just
general-
No, but I'm
Yeah.
saying like,
small
I'm
dicks.
saying the growers, like when it's like, I know they're growers because I see what it's like when it's not erect. It's like fucking this big.
But
Or, like,
how do you know
Maybe
it
that is
grows?
them being a grower, Darren.
That's sad. How the fuck do you even procreate at that point?
Did
I know
you?
these people have kids. They come
Oh.
and visit.
grower. Well, no, like the world average is 5.5 inches.
No, but I'm saying like if this is like your like hard, like it doesn't change at all.
But I mean, if they're like 80 or something. I mean,
Would your dick doesn't just like when you're 80.
It does shrivel when you get older.
Yeah,
but I
Well,
mean,
it doesn't
Oh.
turn it from like
the
it doesn't turn from a sausage to like
exactly.
cocktail
It's not
weenie.
that drastic.
It
Yeah.
doesn't go from sausage to Vienna, right?
Yeah.
can we?
No, but oh, what are you saying?
I was gonna say, Alfonso, can you do me a favor? Can you pull up the small dick problem subreddit?
Sure.
I'm really curious what the fuck is going on there. I haven't.
Oh
heard
yeah,
any
they're
of
just
these.
really sad. The worst is like I don't know, because like the worst thing you could be is like me and Alfonso were talking about this yesterday. The worst thing you could be born as is a short black man with a small penis.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
But anyways, the difference between a grower and a shower is like if you're a shower, chances are like your dick is 4 inches soft, but like it only goes to 6
Like
when you
4
get hard.
4.5 maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, and then but you only get an extra half inch. Or you could be like 2 inches soft and then you get up to like 5.5, 6.
Yeah.
So like what?
God, this is so fucking depressing. Get this away from me.
Oh my
So
god, he's
bad.
scarred.
Oh my god.
All right, I'm gonna see.
Start reading something. Oh my god.
I'm just gonna read some of these titles.
You need help.
First one, this place is wild. Second one, anyone else gets so dejected when seeing a guy who has won every genetic lottery. As a short man,
Self pity.
yeah. As a short man with a small penis, I'd rather stick to watching porn than pursuing a woman and embarrassing myself when I drop my pants and feel anyone feel the same. No love. My experiences for those that can relate or need information. I will never have a long-term partner and will never make a girl come.
That's what I had to stop. I was like, this is just hate.
lot of
This
the-
is so
a lot
much
of it-
know
hate.
that.
He said it's 3.5 inches.
One of the
the Korean average.
conclusions that they came to, the people on Cumtown when they were reading this, is like a big issue is like a lot of these guys are just like into humiliation. Like if you read it,
I think so.
if you read all their like hypothetical problems, like this would never happen to you unless you had a woman. Like
Maybe you
this
just don't
would never
understand.
happen to you. You're like it sounds like you want this to happen. Like there was this one where he was like, you know, what if he's like, anybody else worry about having children and you're having a bath with your son and then you see that your son's dick is bigger than yours? And it's like,
Why the fuck would you post that online?
no, yeah, but it's just like, this is a fantasy. You just want to be humiliated.
Okay, yeah, those are freaks. But I'm thinking like the people who like actually like just like they talk themselves into like getting addicted to porn because they feel like they're just because they see all
Not
these
going-
big dicks and they keep comparing themselves. I think that's sad because I feel like that is like actual just self-hate.
Well, no, but
Yeah.
like, there is such thing as too small.
It's
Like if you can't hit the back, like you're fucked.
I mean, that's like a medical condition, though. It's not like as common. I feel like. I
But
don't
like
know.
I'm also just be like devil's advocate for like people who actually go through this shit. Like women just want to come. I feel like there's less of like this. You have to like fuck her to do it. But if she gets there, like she's chilling. Imagine like if let's just say
Kinda.
if
I
a
see
girl's
what you're
pussy
saying,
is
yeah.
dry and the guy's like I'm not enjoying that, but she's throat goat. You think he's really gonna be too like, you know, just
People, I will say it is human nature to want what you cannot have. But beyond that, I think like I don't think that women necessarily. I think that like if your dick's too small, she'll fuck you that one night and then she just won't call you back.
relationship.
I mean, you just got.
Have you ever heard of the term boyfriend dick?
But boyfriend dick, is it small dick that's boyfriend dick?
It's like about average.
I've
is
never
what it
heard
is.
of boyfriend
What
dick.
is boyfriend dick?
It's like the concept that like it's not too big, it's not too small, it's like just right. Like it's not
Boyfriend dick.
it's not big enough for like a one-time
It's like
thing.
boyfriend material, but on a dick.
Yeah, it's like
Like I would
it's
want this for the rest of my
it's
life.
not to
kind
the
of thing.
point where it's gonna like hurt every time. You know what I mean? Like oh
Fucked.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so
Why do you make that face after you say that shit? What the fuck?
I want to apologize that we finally have another woman on the show, and we just spent the first 15 minutes talking about
dicks.
male genitalia.
I mean,
Dick and
it's
balls.
Oh no!
enormous.
Listen, hold on. She is my friend.
Yeah.
But so with that being said, you guys want to get to how
So
you?
Okay.
You said you met on a bus.
What if it
I
had
was
to do with
17.
Korean penis? That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
I was 17 at KSU. This was
2018.
You're 17 at KSU. You graduated.
I graduated early.
Oh damn! All right, but okay.
No, I just started early. I'm not like my birthday's in November, and I started.
Oh, okay. You started like public school early.
Yeah, I
They
started.
said get
They didn't want
out.
me to. My parents didn't want me to be a year older than everyone.
They didn't want you to be in the house.
I mean, they had a point. I mean, like the younger you are, the better you learn too.
I'm sure they have a point about
No, I'm
wanting
glad
him in
you
the house.
Well, that too maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, so it was literally might have been the first fucking day.
That's crazy.
And like I'm on my phone, I'm not wearing the onesie. No, okay, you're right.
He tended to wear onesies. Not this day.
You wear onesies.
Yeah, I would just wear onesies on campus.
Winnie the
okay.
Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh and a sloth.
Yep.
Cool.
I had a Winnie the Pooh onesie when I was like 3 months old.
Yeah, thanks.
It's my
He was
Halloween
17.
costume.
Yeah,
I think I did too, actually.
the only
Well,
downside
I
is it
wouldn't have
This is
been
great.
3 months. I would have been 10 months old. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, so I look over and like I sat next to her and then like I look over and she's like on her phone and I'm like trying to figure out how to talk to her. I was like, I don't know what to. And then like I'm looking closer and then I just said what was on my mind because that stand up and then she was like. She looked at me and she was like, "No, this is Dancing with the Stars."
No, it was So You Think You Can Dance.
Oh, okay.
I knew that it wasn't going to be that, but it was, she was announcing the next dance, so the screen was black, and there was just a spotlight on her with a mic. So when I looked back, I was like, I see how you could get that, but
I was super
no.
into stand up at the time too. I was like trying to be a stand up comedian.
And I was
Yeah.
so excited because I thought he was going to say, "Are you watching So You Think You Can Dance?" And I was like, oh my gosh, you watched the show too? That was not the case. Doesn't say anything else for the rest of the bus ride.
Oh yeah.
He was just so disappointed. He didn't want to say anything else after that.
Well, he seemed completely unbothered. It was more so like he just genuinely wanted to know the answer to that question.
I did.
Once he got the answer, that was it. And I was like, that was cool. I thought this was going to be weird. And it wasn't. And then right before we get off the bus, he's like, hey, you want to play manhunt with me and my friends later this week? Now, given I had just transferred, so I didn't know anybody else at the time. And I'd also always wanted to play manhunt. My dad would never let me. I have a shit ton of brothers, and they would all play, and he wouldn't let us. So under different circumstances, I would have been like running around the woods at nighttime with a stranger. No. But I was like, sure. And we've been friends ever since.
Yeah.
Damn.
No, dude. Like
We did
You're
play
probably the only
manhunt.
person I've heard of who chose the man over the bear. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen.
no, and like considering what came with that, it was just like, damn, that's insane. I
Came
was
with the friendship?
yeah, I was a fucking crazy person. I like used to just like take my pants off.
And scream.
Dog, what?
No, listen,
what?
listen. If somebody came in the room that he did not like, he didn't do this many times, but there was one very, very clear time. He didn't want this person, because I used to work in a game lab, so you could just come and play video games, watch movies, whatever. So we were pretty familiar with the people who would come. He'd come to hang out, and there were people who were either really dedicated to a game or just didn't have anything else to do.
Yeah.
There was one
We were
person in
on the Marietta
particular.
campus.
Yeah.
Oh, that game room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice game room.
It was a great
Yeah, right?
time.
It was like
It
just
is.
pure BO sometimes, but yeah. It's a
Yeah.
I was
It
the
never
only
smelled.
female ever.
It never smelled back when you were running it.
You're right.
Times I've been there, like half the time, you have like all the dudes playing Smash in the front of the room. It just fucking reeks. You got to get past them, and I mean, like then it's
Yeah.
fun, but-
That's one thing we were lucky about. The Smashers never came.
No.
They
Like,
stayed.
we were
They stayed
the-
in their own room.
Well, Chandler,
Chandler doesn't count. Chandler is a clean human being.
that was the closest to a smasher that we had.
Well, he was a smasher, but like he was a normal human being.
I love going on those computers in the back and playing Phantom Forces on Roblox with my friends. She was hype. Oh
They
my
would play
god.
League.
You go into a whole
Yeah.
game
People
room
do.
just
There's
to play
a bunch
Roblox.
of people who play League and Valorant.
What if
in there,
Matthew's
yeah.
still there? Just never left. Chose not to graduate so he can continue to play League. Yeah, so he used to drop his pants and scream at people if he didn't want them to be in the room.
In the game room, you
Yeah,
would drop your pants.
like you know
in
how when you
public.
walk
public
in,
space.
there's a like podium.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they walk in. He walks up to the front in front of all of the desks and just stares at them for a while.
Just
And they were like,
flashes them?
"What? No." He kept his boxers on. He just dropped his pants, and then somehow ended up on the ground. I don't know. I feel like they were screaming. Yeah, they were screaming on the ground. But I don't know if he screamed and then went to the ground, but was like flailing on the ground.
Tripping.
It would be like a temper tantrum you'd see a toddler throw.
What?
Those were the sounds that were happening.
I never
But
really
he
got
was,
to
like,
make the
17,
sounds as
You
a
just
child.
fucking tweak in public, like.
It was really just that one time I
So,
remember it being that
From what I'm
excessive.
understanding, you would stand in front of the people at the desk, rip your pants down,
Start
trip and
wailing.
fall and scream and start like running in circles on the floor.
Yeah.
And did he leave? I feel like he still came
No,
in.
he left. He was like, I'm not. Nah. He was like, I'm gonna just come back later.
He was probably like, "Oh, this is what the game room is for. Like, these are not my
No,
I
people."
didn't like that guy.
They knew each other. This was an
Oh, okay.
ongoing.
Yeah, no, it was like an
Oh,
ongoing
so he would have been
feud.
like embarrassed to be with you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I
Not,
thought this was
not
like a
friends.
random guy, and you're just like, "Damn,
Nah,
these are
nah,
not my
nah.
people." Like,
Nah, I just really didn't like that guy. And then there were the What Are the Odds sagas.
He peed in a cone. Like, you know the traffic cone?
I don't like
Yeah.
those.
They're open at the bottom. How do you pee in that?
Just your dick in the
He's
top.
out through the bottom.
But that's open too.
Yeah.
But like
The
it
point
holds
is,
the water
the point
for a
is,
second,
I
peed in a cold.
stuck my dick in it
And
and pissed.
So you just pissed on the floor.
Yeah.
I mean the road, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah. Have you guys played What Are the Odds?
No.
It's a great game.
That shit was wild as fuck.
What is that?
So it would be like, KJ, what are the odds that you
Oh, that.
this.
Yeah,
hold
yeah,
that
yeah.
for like the next 10 minutes? I'm sorry,
Oh,
he has
4.
a name.
Hugo.
Hugo.
4.
Don't disrespect him.
4?
Yeah.
Okay, so then somebody count down from 3.
3,
3, 2,
2,
1.
1.
2. So now he has to do it.
I
Okay.
have to hold Hugo
If-
for 10 minutes.
If we had said a different number, he could have countered, so the number would be smaller. He said 4
like
originally.
rebuttal, and then it'd be out of 2, and then you do it again.
That's why he chose small. That way he could rebuttal and I
Yeah,
would be
no,
stuck.
I was an asshole. So like I would make like heinous things
Pick
Yeah.
and then
really
set it
small
low,
numbers.
and then I'd have to be like rebuttal, and then they
17-year-old KJ had no shame. Like, there wasn't anything that we could ask him to do that he
would-
wouldn't be
What are the
fully
odds you
prepared
piss
to
in that
do.
traffic cone?
Listen, he was not. I feel like he would dare himself. Like, he'd be
Yeah.
like, what
I
are the
believe
odds that I go do
No,
this
I used to
thing?
do that all the time. I'd be playing like Truth or Dare or something. I'm like, no, say dare. Say, please. Like, say dare. Give me a dare, please. I'm begging you. Like, I say shit like that all the time.
And it scares people. And then they're like, never mind. I don't want to, because then you're going to come back at me.
I win.
I
really
think that
don't
was
like
the
losing.
worst. Monopoly. Have you guys played Monopoly with KJ?
No.
I don't like the game in general, but
You know,
Yeah, maybe don't.
I don't know why so many people like don't fuck with Monopoly.
it's too long. I do not have
It
the
doesn't
don't know.
have to be.
Yeah.
It can be played that way, but you can have a quick game of Monopoly.
I think it's the fact that it can be that long just turns me off in general. Because like I don't like for me, it's like I have to
How
hold on
long
to
is a
money.
long board game for you?
Probably anything more than
You
like
play
45
Warhammer.
minutes.
Okay.
You
Yeah, I
play
play
Warhammer,
Warhammer, so I
son.
mean,
You
But
said
anything-
5
For him, an
minutes?
8-hour
45
campaign
minutes.
is
45,
baby
that's
shit.
understandable.
Yeah, 45 minutes. I'm down. I'm invested. Because like you can go through like 2 or 3 games with like Trouble and Sorry and just like keep fucking people over. Like
Yeah.
like just fast. Because like it's more of like the chance to like win instead of just spending a long time for one win.
A goal I've always had is I want to play Monopoly with real money. I
love
really
that
want to
for you.
do that. I don't know.
I'm down.
It sounds fucking hype. I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
That'd be just like
Do you
extreme
keep what you
gambling.
win?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's like gambling.
So if you go bankrupt, you're just fucked.
Exactly,
Don't-
yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh,
What
so
about properties? Like, you putting down the deed to your house?
no. You
Shit,
just play. You
sure.
just play with.
No.
No, you just play with the properties. You just use real money.
that would
Yeah.
be more expensive than playing Warhammer.
Yeah, it would.
God.
You know how to use like
But the
hundreds and
stakes there,
200.
I know, yeah, you can use
dollars
like
or whatever.
ones, fives,
Yeah.
10s, 20s, but they would still build up over time.
Real fast.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool though. I don't know.
Not to mention you have to withdraw all the money before you play the game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
don't
have to
know.
have just a stockpile
exactly.
to draw
They're just
from.
bills.
Yeah.
We should have set a timer.
I'm just mad. So she brought up Monopoly because I'm very great at Monopoly,
Oh.
and
Are you or are you just saying that?
and I am.
Okay.
And like last time I played, I was winning. It was me, Karris, 2 of our other friends, and my ex-girlfriend, and I was winning. And they decided. So it was either Karris or our other friend Yev who was the last person down, and it was going to be down to me and my ex as the final 2.
It was me.
And I'd been admittedly, I was just like, from the beginning, I was like, I'm going to win because I know I'm good at Monopoly. And so
That's where you messed up.
Karris went bankrupt and then decided, well, shit.
That's not what happened.
No, she was going to go bankrupt and instead was just like, can I just give you all my money and property instead of putting it back in the bank? And then everyone else did that.
No.
And so it became, okay, then what happened?
I wasn't going bankrupt. I still had money, but
Yeah.
individually, he would have won. So we conglomerated. I just gave her all of my things. All of my property, all of my money. Yev did the same. I played
when
like
he
a mafia
when he
boss.
went bankrupt, and I was screaming like, no, this needs to go back into the bank, but it was literally
That would
4-on-1.
be cheating.
Yeah. It's in the rules. You can do that.
God, why do you think I was so angry?
Because you lost.
You can do that.
I'm literally just like, no, all of this money and property needs to go back into the bank. You're fucking.
You lost to Amazon, basically. They bought out all the competition.
Yeah, they didn't follow the rules, and I'm just like, no,
That's in the rules. You can do that.
No,
Yes, you can. You can sell your property to someone else.
no, but they didn't sell it. They just gave
We just gave it.
Like they just
Oh,
gave it.
I think I might have asked her for $1 for formality purposes.
So there you go. That counts.
Yeah, no. So
He just shouldn't have
and
said it.
then I still barely lost. And like ever since then, her and my ex are just like, no, we didn't cheat. I'm just like, all right, bet.
He just shouldn't have said he was gonna win that many times. Like if he just came in, played the game, would
I
have
feel like
happened.
wasn't a dick, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, you're too confident. I don't need to win, but you gotta lose.
I'm angry because they cheated. Like
I mean-
I would have won if they played the game fairly. Like I'm being punished for having worked for my position.
How
This was
business
like
works, bro. It's
3
not
or
fair.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
It's not fair. This is,
Like,
this is more accurate to how business works.
I earned my spot.
Have you ever
and
heard
then they
of-
were like, fuck this guy, actually. Let's team up against him.
Have you ever heard of revolt? Any type of revolt, revolution, there's a common thing of a winner letting you know they're a winner.
Yeah.
And people are like,
Nah.
if I can't win, you have to win.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Because like that's the only thing I've ever liked that about. I'm
You
a very
should have
humble. I don't brag about my skill hardly ever.
Is that true?
Well, I feel like because he's really good at video games, but he'll say that he sucks, and it's like, you know, you don't suck.
Oh, that's
That's
actually
as good as
yeah.
I'd like to be.
You're one of those people that'll like say it like real people in, so they play with you under like the false sense, like, oh, maybe I'll win.
No, but then he was like, you don't want to play with me. You don't want to do that. No,
Yeah.
listen to me. This isn't something you want to do.
I'm bad, but you don't. I'm bad, but you don't want to play with me.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm bad, but you're worse. Let's just
Right. That's what he's trying to tell you without saying it.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Well, because like I know they're not gonna have fun.
I don't feel that way because I like playing people who are really good at the thing that they do, and I don't like when people let me win or take it easy. Like beat
Everyone's
me
not like
really,
you.
really badly.
Everyone's not. Everyone's
but I'm very
not like
explicit
that.
about
Beat
that
me, but
desire.
teach me.
Yeah, like I
Oh,
can
no, I'll
learn
definitely
better
teach
that
you.
way.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, no, people just don't like losing, and so it's like I spent my whole entire childhood having to like hold myself back because it's just like. Because no one wants to play with you. Like, no one wants to play the video game with you if you're
always
so
love.
good that you have to go random.
You're saying that shit like you have like some random like fucking hidden power that you have to like
No,
keep hidden
it's
under wraps.
just I
Like you're
have
fucking
no life.
Superman or some shit. Like
No, I just
Yeah,
had
like,
no
he has,
life
like,
and
hold
played the
his
game more
strength
than.
back.
It's more just like the fact is I was better at the video game, and it's like no one wants to play with you if you're
playing
like
against sore
no
losers.
one wants to play in the group.
I was gonna say it's the problem with them, not you. If you
No
don't
one
know
cares
how to
if you
lose,
lost to
If they're-
skill. You don't get mad at skill.
Yeah.
You want to learn skill.
Yeah, no, that's not how it works. That's why people don't play fighting games because
Yeah.
it's just like oh, why is he spamming this one move all the time? And it's like, well, it's kind of your fault for letting me press the same button over and over
Yeah,
and getting hit
block.
by it. But
Yeah,
We're
so
not a block.
people hate being accountable. That's just common, right?
Yeah.
You could just
Yeah.
argue that.
But
But
it's
when it
not
comes
everybody.
to games, they want to have more fun and win, so they just feel like they want to be less accountable when they lose.
they want to play and they want to. I mean, it's a game, so it's supposed to be fun. But at the
Yeah.
same time, this shit ain't games. You know what I mean? That's kind of
It's a
generally
game.
how
There
it
is a winner and a loser inherently by being a game.
Yeah,
No one plays a game where no one wins.
especially in fighting games.
Yes, there is a
Fighting
clear
games is
winner
a lot
and
worse
loser.
because you have to look at yourself and be like, damn.
I'm the problem.
And it's like the
Yeah.
one genre of game where if you lose, it is 100% your fault.
And that's why a lot of people don't like playing it because they don't like feeling that way.
But my thing is, just because I lost
and no.
doesn't mean that I can't win. Like, I'll never take a loss as like an inability to beat you. You can beat me, and I still talk just as much shit because I know that I can win.
Yeah.
Even if it's not tomorrow.
I
Wait
don't
on
talk
it.
shit while I'm playing video games because, like,
I've heard you talk shit.
12-year-old?
yeah, I was about to say, like,
I've heard you from your room talking shit while playing games. Like,
yeah, but
what do
no
you
one,
mean?
that's not the same. That's not
It
the
is
same.
literally the same
I'm
thing.
saying, like, when I'm playing how do I put this? What I want to do is like tell people like. So the reason she said 12-year-old is because I used to play Dragon Ball, right?
Yeah.
And I used to talk mad shit, and like that's just how.
I mean, you're just 12. That's natural.
No, he's 12. Now.
They met when he was 17.
Okay.
He was 12 when I was playing fighters. He was 12. He's like 15 now, 15, 16. Like he was playing fighters.
So he was still in his 20s.
No, I started playing fighters when I was 18. So and he was like, I'm just a bit older than him, pretty much, but. Like now he plays Skullgirls and like he became one of the best fighters players. Now he's one of the best Skullgirls players, but he still carries himself like a Dragon Ball player. I haven't played Dragon Ball in years, so I've like left that part of me behind. Yeah. Like I plug in Dragon Ball and I like the shit talk actually comes out. Like I hit a 50-50 and I'm like, look at you. Look at you fucking goofy bitch. Like I don't do that anymore because now I play characters that are like basically I can't talk shit because it's just like they're just gonna stop playing with me because it's just like actually you just play broken characters. I'm not having fun. Fuck you. Okay. So I have to. But this kid is the only person who can like bring it out of me. He'll just be like your character. I was like, I don't know what it is. Yeah. I don't know. It's only him. I don't know what it is. But he'll just start talking shit and it's just like. No, actually, fuck you. I'm better. What are you talking about?
This guy's like 10 years younger than you.
It's literally just because he's a fighters player. It's something about us because literally every other fighters player has this ability as well. He's just the only one that I'm like interacting with on a semi-regular basis.
It's like the COD veteran pulling out the slurs. Just
I don't know, it's like you're describing him like he's a rival, but he's like 10 years younger than you.
Well, I mean, in the game, he is a rival. Like he's unfortunately
this kid
he's better than me at the game.
Yeah.
I mean, like he's in high school, so it's like infinite time glitch, but still, it's like, like how do you think I feel? It's like, fuck, I'm losing to a fucking 16-year-old.
Yeah.
But then on the same note, you could also just be like those uncles, like, yeah, I just got off my shift. Good game, young blood.
Yeah.
You know?
No, the plan, because it's not like he's much better. It's just, the difference is clear, but I can definitely see, like, how do I put this? It's not like I'm losing 10-0. It's more like 6-10, which is still too much, but still, like I could definitely close the gap very soon, and that's the plan. I close the gap and be like, kid, you have anything, but you have everything. You have free time.
Don't quit your day job.
Yeah, like I work. I literally work. Kid, I work for myself. I own my own business. This is for fun. Do better.
Damn.
This sounds like the beginning of a really traumatic event for this child.
Yeah. No. I mean, like
a liquid quiz situation.
Yeah.
Where it's just,
it's been 4 minutes.
I'm better than you.
No,
you're gonna crush all of his joy and whimsy for the rest of his life. He's gonna
no.
immediately drop out of school and go get an office job.
No. I'm not. No, because
it's definitely been 10.
Because like I'm not the first one. I'm not the first. Like I'm not the first one to talk shit to him like this. So it's like, and I don't want it. Like he's just a kid. Like I understand. It's just funny. And it's like, damn, fuck. But it also goes both ways. It was like, oh wait, no, I'm smarter than him. He's a child. I can just fuck with him.
Crazy.
What is like the craziest insult you've heard thrown in like a fighting game tournament or something?
Oh, it's thrown regularly. It's like as soon as your characters get nerfed, you need to go get a McDonald's application, start flipping burgers. As soon as your character gets nerfed, it's to the fry cooks with you.
That's the worst.
Well, I mean, like you're not allowed to call each other slurs anymore.
Oh, so that's like the biggest thing you can do.
Well, no, because like we're playing for money and there's like Discord moderators. So if you say the wrong thing, they're like,
There's a reason people call that shit like gamer words.
What, fry cooks? To the fryers?
No, racial slurs.
Slurs.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Okay, I was still with you.
No.
It's unfortunately they're called gamer words because the gamers got called those words. And now they're just like, well,
it was because of the PewDiePie thing, like on the bridge. He was like, I just let out a heated gamer word at the moment.
It's like,
so you like,
but
that's been a thing before that event.
I watched that happen, and I was just like, honestly, I get it. And I was like, oh no, like he's in trouble, but like I actually
that guy on the bridge was an asshole.
I would have said the exact same thing, actually.
Okay, so
I couldn't have been mad at him.
Okay. I
watched it and I was like, oh no, I would have said the exact same thing.
I've only seen like the clip. I've never seen the context of it. So
he's playing PUBG and someone's like camping behind a car, like in the most annoying way possible. And then I don't know if someone third parties him.
But
like he died to bullshit. And like the guy was being a cock about it. And he was like, what a fucking And I was like,
God.
hell yeah.
No, you said it was the same tone of inflection. I get it now. I can defend PewDiePie.
I
context, he's
can't get
black.
mad at it. No, because like gamer rage is real. Gamer rage is so fucking real. You're just like,
Okay.
You said it with the exact same cadence.
Like,
that you-
exactly. I can see that. I
I
can see
cannot be
that.
mad at it.
You
I understood.
you
it on
have
an
visualized
atomic
this
level.
exact scenario in your
He's
head
ran through
multiple
this
times.
situation so many
might
times.
happen.
I don't call people slurs over the internet. I only do it in person.
That's yeah.
I can't say
I don't know if
that.
that's better or
Because I've
worse.
only
Actually, I
gotten one.
respect that
Look.
No,
I was 15 once.
I'm not gonna. This is actually one of the biggest thing that pisses me off about the fighting game community is like they'll say shit over the internet, but they won't say it in person, and I'm like opposite.
That's just about the internet in general. Like, people are
Yeah.
just like too scared to actually.
Yeah,
say
but
anything.
like don't. I'm just saying like don't talk shit to me
Yeah.
if I'm gonna see you in person, and then
Yeah.
you're like, oh shit, he's got half a foot on me. Let me act right.
Yeah.
I mean, are you gonna fight them?
They don't know that.
a 15-year-old?
I mean, if you
Actually, I would fight that kid. I'm not even going to.
In real life?
Only because he's a big kid and he wrestles. Like, he wrestles for his school. So it would be fair.
Alright.
It would be fair. He's the same size as me. He's got more fighting skill than me. It would be fair.
Wait, so you're saying the kid who beats you in fighting games also happens to fight in real life?
Yeah. No, yeah. Objectively, he's like a cool kid. He found the way to get under my skin.
I want to
Okay,
ask
that's
the
it.
Miguel question, but like just not phrase it
Okay,
in
okay. We can,
context of the show.
You know what?
all right. Say that you compete in something, right?
Okay.
You got a girl that competes in it with you.
Mhm.
You guys are traveling for a competition. New guy,
Is this like a partner or is this like?
like a partner.
Okay, okay.
You guys, this is your
You're
girlfriend.
dating.
Yeah,
You're
okay.
dating, like exclusive. It's been there's time behind it.
Yeah.
New guy who also competes in the sport comes along, decides he likes your girlfriend, but he's like bigger than you and better than you at the sport.
That's a whole fucking movie, bro. You watched that shit. It's called Challengers.
Oh,
that tennis movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Man,
I can't wait to watch it.
I want to say fuck Zendaya, but she was honest from the jump. So it's like
Yeah.
both of those guys are just dumb.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
keep
isn't-
going. I'm so.
fucking
Guy likes your girlfriend.
guy likes your girlfriend, right? He goes up and tries to ask your girl out, and then she's like, "No, I have a boyfriend." Right? Competition comes along, and then like it's a free for all, and someone hits your girl. Someone like does like a dirty trick to your girl in the competition, right? While you're fighting the guy that wants your girlfriend, right? Both of you see it happen to your girl. The other guy picks you up, throws you out of the way, and takes care of the dude who just did something dirty to your girlfriend. What are you doing? You're the guy that got thrown away.
You killed that motherfucker.
Thank you.
What do you mean?
Thank you.
What?
Thank you.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
What?
It can't be a handshake. It can't be. You know,
No,
I
you have to
appreciate
kill
what
that nigga.
No, so why do you throw him at the way though? That's more like I'm
To
so.
go handle
he-
his lightweight.
He threw that nigga away to go defend your girl.
Yeah. So he didn't like say like
He threw
let's
you
team
away.
up together. He didn't try to do. He was like nigga
He
sideline,
picked you up, threw you away
Sideline.
to go defend your woman.
milady. Like it's like.
Like
What-
you have to go
what-
murder that nigga, right?
What game is this?
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
Yeah.
No, I want the answer now.
It's Cobra Kai. This is what happened.
Oh. Oh.
You said it too fast. We could have told him it was a spoil.
I still know the context on this.
Yeah, and you don't know who. There are lots of. It could be anybody.
But, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm sorry.
Once you know, you'll know, and you'll be like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
Would you have to kill him? Does he need to die?
No.
I don't think
what do you do?
murder.
Like you have to do something.
Like when you mean kill him, just like humiliate him?
No,
See,
I mean just more.
When I
He
say
needs
kill him, I meant like in the game. I thought this was like a video game or something.
Yeah, that's the
I-
case.
I-
Kill
no,
him.
no.
Yeah.
No,
No.
live.
So
Real life.
no. Oh yeah, and this happens on live television. So
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah.
sees this happen to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it can be
Everyone
a
sees this
handshake
happening.
and an appreciation.
Like,
I mean-
what else do you do? Do you beat tackle him from trying to save your
Like,
girlfriend?
what's the
Right.
alternative?
No. Like by the time it's like he throws you away and saves your girl. Like
Yeah.
it's over. Like he like you like it
you
just
can't do
happens.
anything else. You
This
can't
is,
one up him
like,
now.
Yeah, like it happened. What are you doing next?
I mean, I wouldn't kill him, but like, it's not going to be like
Honestly,
Brady.
Shake
you know
his
what I would do?
hand.
I would just
Like, is this
violently
under-
make out with my girlfriend in front of him.
Is this under the pretense
Yeah.
of like her actually leaving you in the situation?
No, there's no chance of that.
She tells him no,
She's already shut
but
it down.
he does this after.
But what if,
Yeah,
what if that changed her mind though?
That's why I was.
That's totally
Then she's
different.
not
That's totally
worth it
different.
any-
That wouldn't even happen though. I doubt that would happen.
Then she's not worth
I'll
it
just,
anyway.
I'll just be like in front of him. So I'll be like, you did all that for what, dumb bitch?
I mean, listen.
Motorboat your girl in front of him. What the
I
fuck
was
that?
gonna say, if you shake his hand and then make sure she's okay, she's yours. You're good. Anything outside of that,
regardless,
it's gonna
so I
be
mean-
rough. Well, if somebody
No, 'cause-
defends me and then you go and hurt them in some way, I look at you different.
No, that's fair. It's more just like you can't let someone else do your job.
Pride, ego.
I mean, he prevented you from doing your job to begin with, though.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, that's the issue. Is like
I couldn't say
There's no way
I
for
was
you
getting
to
my
do-
ass beat.
there's no way for you to like.
I mean, you're in a competition, so you're supposed to beat his ass anyways. So, I mean,
Yeah, it's like
And you weren't.
I don't
Yeah.
think. I don't think your girl looks at you the same after that.
Not necessarily. I mean, knowing the context and them all knowing each other's ability at that time.
I've not seen the show. I'm like kind of lost.
No,
I've only seen
they're
these
just all
episodes.
fighting.
Okay.
I've only seen these episodes.
Just think a free for all fight. Everybody there is a trained fighter. There's a really, really good guy, and then there are two main characters who are in a relationship. So the really, really good guy and the boyfriend are fighting. He throws him away because somebody else has endangered the girlfriend who the really good guy has a crush on, but she turned him down, and he goes to save her.
So he pushed him out of the way so he
he
couldn't.
pushes the boyfriend out of the way.
But he
couldn't-
had the boyfriend like this.
Yeah, no, he
anyway.
was already
So he
bitching
has
the
him like
boyfriend.
this,
but
and
the
then he sees it.
boyfriend can't save his girlfriend because he's.
Because the other guy threw him out of the way to do it
because he's a
instead.
worse fighter than the better guy who saved this girl.
Yeah, he was getting his ass beat. He has him like this. He sees that something happened to her, throws him to go handle it. So it wasn't even really about him in that moment. He
Yeah.
just saw.
Yeah,
Was
it's
making
just
sure-
like you were taking out of the equation of your own relationship.
Because you weren't even gonna beat him in the first place.
Yeah.
He's already overpowering you.
Exactly.
So basically, you're getting your ass beat by the guy who wants to fuck your girlfriend. He's like, oh, your bitch is in trouble. Throws you
take
out the
care of
way.
her
But if she doesn't like leave you anyway because of
Yeah.
it, like what's?
then you're good.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess,
Yeah.
but there's definitely gonna be like I can admit.
I would
the thoughts gonna
still be pissed off. I might
Yeah.
even punch him
like
in
the
the
thoughts
face.
in my
but I mean,
head, like oh no, like because that. Because like if you ever have a
What should
shitty
you
argument
do?
later, she was like, I should have gone with that other nigga who saved me.
So
if
he
she
should
says
have put
that,
him
she's not
down,
meant
dust
for you
him off, and be
anyway.
like, you go take care
Like
of that.
why
Real
is
shit.
that on the guy?
Either way, if he was going to save
I
his
think it's
girlfriend,
shit.
like,
If she
he was gonna
folds
do
because of that, it's a
just,
problem
like,
with her. It's
the
not the
idea of,
problem
like,
with that guy.
Disposing you. I'm sorry, we're having like two different
Yeah,
conversations.
we gotta go. What were you saying?
No, I'm saying like if it's under the pretense of like she doesn't get with that guy, she's still your girlfriend. It's just
Yeah.
like, oh, shitty, he did that and like embarrassed you. I mean, like maybe I'd punch him in the face. I don't know. I still haven't seen the show, so I don't know like the severity of it.
I mean, you're in a
No,
tournament.
this
You're
nigga's
gonna
got,
punch him in the
3
face
inches on
anyway.
you.
Oh, like,
You're
your
not.
life too.
Not
Like,
even.
you're not. You're
like
not.
5 to 6.
You're not.
But
you're not, you're not.
even if she if she does leave you for him, I would
Then
be pissed
she's-
off. I'd probably punch him in the face or something.
Yeah.
But like in the long term, that's on her, not him. Like she's the one who folded and
Yeah.
left you. And,
That
like,
also
I mean,
cheated on her.
definitely.
The strongest
When you
guy in the
say that,
room.
it's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, that's my insecurity talking. But still,
I mean, yeah.
If instead he saves her, she goes over, checks on her boyfriend, everybody's cool.
Like,
Oh,
I
so
guess-
you
okay,
think
so
she
we
goes
both
check on him
have
immediately
been cheated on,
afterwards?
We
right?
don't-
Like we both
we didn't-
fucking
we
probably
don't
hate
see
our
that.
homewreckers. You know what I mean?
Like the show ends
But
right
at the end of
after.
the day, it's her fault. Like she fucked up more than he did.
Team up with your girlfriend and take the dude out. I mean, like,
It's free for all.
okay,
Yeah.
then yes. I'm still trying to get to that point, but yes.
Which
I still hate the guy, like honestly, but I mean, it's on her.
I mean, I called what was gonna happen. I was like, he's gonna cheat on her, and then he ended up being a pedophile. So
Did he homewreck you?
yeah,
Oh yeah, okay.
Huh?
the guy that my ex left me for ended
Oh.
up being.
I thought you were a
pedophile.
Tokai nigga. I was like,
Yeah, I was
what?
I was
the
like,
fuck?
I watched the show. I didn't see that.
No, we're talking
no.
about real life now.
Yeah.
No. So like when I ended up calling my ex,
Mm-hmm.
Is this something you want to talk about on the podcast?
I don't care.
Okay, shit. Fuck it.
Well, I mean, what's she gonna do? I still haven't listened to her album.
I feel like never mind.
I'm never going to. No, I have a song that I wrote, and I'm trying to decide if I'm just gonna release it and like, I don't know, but like beyond that, it's the point is like, I called it. Like she left me and tried to make it out to be my fault and had a new boyfriend in 2 weeks, and then she, I ended up talking to her and she's like, yeah, he ended up being a pedophile. It's like, oh damn, that's
So
rough.
why do you choose her when she? That's so weird. Like you get, is it like a cover? Like
Yeah, it's a beard.
Oh, that's what a beard's called. Like you get like someone.
I mean, not the in concept. It's not the same.
What is a beard? Does it actually know the rules?
Well, beard is like when a gay guy gets marries a
girlfriend.
woman.
So just to
I
hide your
didn't know that.
preference.
Okay.
It's just when you
It's a
hide your
beard.
preference, you get something that
so
would
you
be
look like a man.
Got you.
So it's
Oh, so
same
yeah,
concept.
yeah. Day job, but he had a real activity.
Yeah. So I can only imagine she just like opened his phone or computer and saw. And was like,
gotta go.
The Diddy
From
files.
SpongeBob, he opens up the toilet and he just looks inside. He's like, oh, pedophilia.
yeah.
What?
Okay,
Am I wrong for being like good? Also,
What?
more please.
What do you mean?
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
For being
Explain.
glad that
I don't
happened.
get that.
I
I mean,
mean-
glad that it happened.
like this.
More just like
Like, are you glad specifically that the guy she dated ended up being a pedophile?
no, not
That it didn't go well.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, no.
That she
that's
chose a
normal.
pedophile, or like what do you?
No, that
Just
like,
that they're not together anymore. That he was a bad person. And,
yeah, I'm just happy she chose wrong.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Okay.
fair.
No, and okay, so the wrong part is please again.
Well, I mean, I don't think you ever have to wish bad on people. It happens, but
You know,
it
to
doesn't
be
really
honest,
do you
in my
any good.
scenario, I don't know if they're still together or not. I honestly don't care. But if they are, it would honestly give me a little bit of peace because it means it all wasn't for nothing.
Right.
That's a pretty noble stance. I can't
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah.
I still fucking hate them both. But
Of course.
I would honestly be more upset if it didn't work out.
Yeah, because then
You know,
it was
'cause what was that for?
Because it was
They
all for
broke
nothing.
up like a week later.
It was
or
all for
some shit.
nothing.
Yeah.
You know, I know that they were still dating like 2 years ago. That would have been like a year after, or like a
Yeah.
little bit after, like after, a little
It's
bit,
been a while.
a year and a bit after
year
that whole
and
thing
a
went
bit.
down.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
I just don't think it serves, because like in my situation, him being upset or the relationship not working out or her being terrible.
I hope she's doing well.
None of these things serve me. It doesn't make a difference in my life. So
All that stuff is like in a different era of my life.
Exactly.
So
That's
there's
how I look
reason
at it. I'm like a
to-
totally
yeah.
different person.
I'm still in
than
the,
it was when that initially
I'm
happened.
still
Yeah.
in the picking myself up.
Well, how long ago was
Because
it?
yours is
It's
more
been about a
recent.
your
year.
scenario.
It's
Okay.
been about a
okay.
year.
Yeah, I felt about the same. But
It's just like
it's been.
it sucks. Like still missing her. It was just like, and like now that I moved into this house, like fuck.
well, to be honest,
She's like 15 minutes away now.
Oh, that's,
true. Yeah,
that's
right.
right.
You're
Yeah.
Like, I
always-
can just go to Target
like-
and run into her now.
So it's been like 3.5 years. It's been like 4. No, it's been 3.
It was around high school, so that's
No. It was freshman year of college.
Freshman year
So
of
it's been
college, yeah.
3 years about.
Mhm.
And I'm kind of at that point where, like, you know, like I said, I don't care. I do care. I still. You're never
I
gonna
definitely
stop.
still care.
You're never gonna stop missing them because like that is a person I dated for 4 years and I spent like my entirety of high school with,
yeah.
and like I'm never going to get that time back from her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's literally somebody I grew up with and like made
Yeah,
me the person
exactly.
I am today.
Well, and that's someone who like was such a major part of your life
yeah,
for
that is somebody
long.
who
Yeah.
made me grow
It's
as a
significant.
person too. Like,
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah, that's
the
why it
younger
hurts
you
so
are,
much,
that's
is
more
like-
yeah, I know,
time
but like
takes.
that's what I'm saying though. I'm never going to not miss her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I know that I don't need to reconnect with her.
Then you're better off for it.
I'm
Yeah,
not,
like we're
it
playing-
I'm not
served
there
its
yet.
purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm also
And
on the
that's
side
okay.
she was saying where like I don't wish any ill will on her anymore. I mean,
Nah,
maybe
I'm-
like a year after, like yeah, I still felt like a lot of contempt.
yeah.
But now I'm like, who cares? We haven't spoken to each other in 3 years. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I'm not there. I hope she steps on a Lego every time she wakes up.
Yeah.
I hope like she wakes up in the middle of the night trying to go to the bathroom and hits her toe in the corner of the fucking wall.
But I mean, like one day you're gonna wake up and you're just like not gonna care anymore.
At all.
Oh my gosh, I hope you're right.
It feels good.
Yeah.
You're just.
I just-
And
Because it's like-
you're gonna go like a
Give it
week.
more time.
You're gonna go like a week without thinking about it. You're like, oh yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Because like think about
Like, oh
this,
yeah,
like,
that happened.
You don't think your parents had bad breakups? Do you feel like they're still mad about Chad from like 12th grade? Like they're
Yes.
See, yes.
Yes.
Like my so like
Not
I
my
have
parents.
I have a biological father and a stepdad that I've had around my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Like my mom and my biological father I'm not my biological. My mom and my stepdad were together pretty much my whole life, and then like around 8 or 9, they were like, "Hey, KJ, you have like a biological dad. That's why you're Junior and not Jackson." I was like, "Oh, okay. You also have a brother." It's like, "Okay, whatever." And then
Took that pretty well.
Yeah.
I didn't really care. Because they like sat me down and then he was like, I don't want you to start calling me Troy. And I was like, why would you're dead. That's all I know you as.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Yeah, but And I was like, can I have my last name be Jackson? I don't want to be Snow. I've never met that guy. And I was like, whatever. But I ended up meeting him, and like my mom and dad ended up getting divorced maybe a year later, and they were divorced for maybe 4 years. And there was one time where mom and my biological father started dating again, and he like came over the house, and it didn't last because.
Did that feel like weird? Like I feel like it had to, right?
For your parents to be.
Yeah, they tried. Well, because mom just tried to be like, no, you're not gonna. You know, they tried to keep him in her room. He tried to keep him in her room, but you know, we had a dog at the time, and she was annoying me, so I put the dog in her room like I would do normally, and then like I went to sleep, and then you know he came in to like look at me while I was asleep. You know, he's like, I haven't seen my son in 10 years. Can I at least look at him? And I just didn't say anything. I was like, hey, you know.
No.
But all of that is to say that like that nigga was her first love. Like she never like, and then she has to, and then I'm named after the nigga. So like, she probably.
I would always say having
I look
a child
exactly
is
like
like a
him.
constant reminder, though.
Yeah.
A child
I look
is different.
exactly
Because
like
You have to
every
make
time
peace
you
with
look
that.
at him,
Yeah.
I
And
was
their
like I said
traits
before,
too.
if you don't have a child with this person, it's easier to remember. But yeah, once you like literally build a legacy off of this person, it's a little harder to. I feel like you shouldn't really ignore it after that point.
You have to make peace with the fact that that's just part of your life. Like the moment you decide, nope, the baby's coming, yeah, they're in your life.
even if you don't fuck with them anymore, like
Doesn't matter.
they still need a dad. You know what I mean? So you still have to have some kind of a relationship with that person, even if you don't fuck with them anymore.
No, he was a deadbeat. But I mean, like it was no.
I mean that's
Well, I mean, he just had his own thing going on. He was like the youngest, and so like. And he was like 6'2", so like he was just used to Prince treatment. And then like he got himself kicked out of school because he tried to shoot someone over a girl.
Oh.
And then he just spent the rest of his life living with his mom in a trailer. And he drank himself to death.
So, well, yep.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Yeah. It was like,
Sounds like
and it's like it's weird because it's like, you know, I had my actual dad the whole time, so it was just like, that's one less awkward phone call a year.
Yeah.
Was it you who we were talking about if a bad person or if an autistic person was a bad person, like, could you be upset with them for it?
Oh, no, it wasn't autistic. It was retarded people.
Jesus.
What do you mean when you use that word?
Like, so, like
autism people were they're all branched into
autism there's a difference between like autism is a spectrum. Like if they're just a little funny because like their brain works different, that's different than someone with like Down syndrome.
Right.
But even Down syndrome can still have like they can hold jobs. There's still levels to that as well.
Yeah, of course.
There's like a spectrum.
So
No,
like,
but the issue isn't that they have a mental disability. The issue is they have a mental disability
That's like
and they're a
debilitating.
bad person.
Are you saying like it's a mental disability that's like debilitating?
So they have a bad
whatever?
personality, like a bad natured personality, but they also have a disability. So like, are they allowed? Oh, there's like movies and stuff like that. Like not movies about that topic, but like how much bad someone who has like a disability can do. Like what was one who he shot his friend? Like it was like this really big guy and a small skinny guy. He strangled the woman.
Of Mice and Men.
Of Mice and Men. Like
Lily
at that
and
point,
George.
exactly. Like well, he did something bad nature. Of course they.
He didn't know any better.
I want to ask
What if
too.
he actually
So,
did that? Wouldn't.
Young Leonard,
I want to.
George and Lenny.
So I knew someone, right? And they said that there was like a family member, it was like a nephew or something that had a niece. I think it was a niece. And they had like a really strong like mental disability, but they didn't know exactly what it was. Like he didn't know what it was. He basically said they were just possessed because they were.
How long ago was this?
I mean, they're an adult now. Like
Okay.
this person's an adult, but they had like very debilitating like mental handicap and everything. But like it's to the point where they would like attack pets. I think they even killed a pet one time and like stuff like that and shit like that. And they said they tried like a few different times to get them help and like nothing really came of it. They'll just like scream, like make, like try to get attention all the time. Like every time they'll go over to like his house, they would get like, like he'd like, look, you need to stop bringing them to my house and shit like that too. That person's possessed. They're evil. Get them out. Like he would say shit like that. And I'm like, I don't know. The entire time I hear stuff like that, I'm like, I don't know if they can help it per se. It sounds like they just have like really shitty parenting, like, cause I feel like they would still be able to know like right from wrong and stuff like that. Because he specifically said that the parent there was like, I don't know, they weren't like very present and stuff too. Like to me, it really just sounds like it's a parenting issue a lot of the time and stuff like that.
A lot of the time,
I don't think someone like that is inherently evil.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that either. But I do think that some people come out wrong. Like some people are just going to be evil.
Like a Hitler type.
No. no, because Hitler was an art school dropout with a small penis, like, well, with a weird misshapen penis. I'm talking about like some people are just gonna be serial killers.
Like a Jeffrey Dahmer.
More like a Jack the Ripper type.
Some kids just have the desire to cut their cat's head off.
Well, don't you think it's just part of like the mental illness of like not being like empathetic and attached towards people? Because
sociopath.
Yeah, but like if they came out like
if you're born mentally ill,
if they were born like that, then like.
But at the same time,
we had to say in the comments, if you're born mentally ill, like what do you do if you like you're born with a thing that makes you like. I don't want to say like a cancer, but like sociologically speaking, if you were born with the ability to not care about others that look like you, just this ability to just kill, unmask people just because you can, like you're like a god complex. What do you do with that?
It would be like somebody who doesn't feel pain. It's like even though you don't feel it if you put your hand on a stove, you have to teach yourself to not do things or to be aware of things that could cause you pain. It would just be the opposite. It's not somebody. Well, no, it still is somebody who doesn't feel something. You would just have to kind of lock into memory. Murder is wrong. Like murder doesn't make me feel bad, but I shouldn't kill.
We still have to try to help them. I'm just saying people are gonna come out fucked up. Like it's not 100% of the time the parents fuck them. It's like
90%.
Yeah, I was gonna say 95, but like 90, 10,
it's up there.
85, 50.
I was gonna say like, okay, so I know this is kind of an extreme example, but I mean this has happened before. What about people who like they always hear voices in their head? They're just like kill. Murder, kill him, murder, like shit like that.
Schizophrenia, that's a real thing.
Yeah, I know, but like specifically, like people will like have like the word like kill, like you have to kill this person, like shit like that. You know
With
what I
that,
mean?
you to a degrry you would have to medicate them because there's a thing about like disrupting your sleep and your normal like thinking cycles that would kind of make you tweak out. Because if you don't sleep like because there was that Markiplier like thing about it, like 3 days of like no sleep, you like tweak the fuck out.
Yeah.
So like imagine something that's constantly just like what's that word? It's like a really bad torture method. Like when they drip water in a cell.
Oh, yeah.
That one like has like the highest rate of like you go insane because like we're not used to like constant rhythm because everything changes around us. So this voice is just telling you to kill. Like you would just freak the fuck out and start killing people.
You have to seek help
At that point you need an intervention to like because that is like beyond because you're
typically
your
when I've
mind's
heard
the strongest prison. So like if you're being trapped by your own mind, it's
typically when I've heard of stuff like that, it's been like drug induced.
That they get drugs to start hearing the voices.
they
the
take
drugs
like
caused it.
Yeah, they took like a hard drug, like
a PCP does that.
Yeah,
that
like, they'll do that, and it'll just like alter their brain chemistry, and all of a sudden they just hear this shit all the time.
Acid can fuck you up. Like there are people like you take too much acid, you just start seeing the ceilings melt.
Yeah,
for no reason. That's why I've only done it twice.
Well,
you
see the ceiling slightly melt. And he's like, all right,
that's enough. I'm good.
Like every once in a while, it'll happen a little bit.
When you're on acid, literally everything has a pattern.
Well, it looks very like it looks very like visually it's cool, but like I've always felt like more of the emotional highs of acid instead of like.
How many times have you dropped?
3 or 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I've only done it twice, and I stopped because my first time, like I had people I trusted, but my first time.
Nightmare.
But it didn't happen to me. So we were it was my buddy Luke, and he had a cabin up in Blue Ridge, and Luke would usually go with my other friend Aiden. Aiden is just a druggie. He just did drugs for fun. Okay. But he was that guy, and he had it under control. Like he still went to all his classes, he passed all his shit. Yeah, but like he would just pop a tab and then go to a Travis Scott concert.
Okay, yeah. No, that's I would say that's normal for Travis Scott fans.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
But like if you wanted to do drugs with someone, he was the guy to do drugs with because he was experienced and he was like chill,
vetted.
He was chill.
Yeah,
he's the guy that gave me the kratom.
What's kratom?
Awful. It made me lose 10 pounds in a day.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
You drink? It's something that you drink to get hot. It's like you mix it in with your water.
Is
and
it liquid acid?
No, it's like herbs that they're like illegal now.
Wait, so I made you lose 10 pounds in a day?
You lose 10 pounds in a day?
Like the water.
Because it's gross. It's gross. So like the way it works is you mix it with water and you have to choke it down, and then like for like 30 minutes you're gonna be a bit nauseous, and then you get high, and then the next morning I was just all day.
So you just vomit 10 pounds.
There's no way you lost 10 pounds of fluid.
I was going to the gym at the time. So I was going to the gym at the time. The day before I'd weighed myself, and then I weighed myself that night, and I was like, oh wow, that's 10 pounds.
Did you take a shit in between?
Yeah. No, I
he voided everything.
I didn't eat it all that day either.
Okay.
So how do you measure yourself the next day?
No, I was throwing up all day. I didn't eat. I had like a little water.
Shit. Yeah.
No, my body emptied itself.
That's a cleanse.
That's a good laxative.
Kind of.
What do you mean?
Yeah, that's a body laxative.
Yeah,
Yeah,
laxative.
That's a laxative for your soul.
Yeah, laxative
No,
for the
but you
soul.
get
That's a fucking emetic.
It's a good high. It's a good high. So like his thing was like, don't mix it with water. You will throw up. Mix it with Gatorade. So that's what I did.
Okay.
Okay, give yourself some
But
electrolytes. You try to
beyond
balance it
all
out.
that, I'm driving up to the cabin with Luke because it's his cabin, and we meet Aiden there. And while we're driving up there, it's in Blue Ridge, so it's like a 2-hour drive. And Luke is telling me, he's like, I really hope I don't tweak out. Like, I really, because like I really feel the need to be able to prove that I exist.
What?
Yeah, like so, like he was just like
He
afraid.
was sober
so,
when he said it?
Yes. So like he's like yeah.
If you say that shit sober, I can't wait to hear what he said hi. What
No,
the fuck?
so like the first couple hours of him getting like high, he's just sitting in the corner like, I need to exist. How do I prove that I exist? I'm having it out there. How do I exist? And then Aiden's just in the corner like, yo, you're bugging. And then like so there were 2 TVs in the room. I brought my PlayStation and Fighters and like Overwatch. So I'm playing on this TV, just having the time of my life. There's a bigger TV right there. So we just like put Archer up on the TV.
The show? Like the cartoon?
Archer. Yeah.
Okay.
So like it kind of calms him down. And then he's like, no, this is freaking me out. I need to exist. Luckily,
buddy.
he owned horses. And so
What?
Luckily?
Yeah.
Continue.
So there were horses at the cabin. So Aiden took him outside and they just went and hung out with the horses and that calmed him down.
A little therapy animal.
Yeah. I went out there to try and pet the horse. Her name was like Maggie or something. She started bucking at me.
I
I
was
was
gonna
like,
say,
I'm
it could
done.
go badly.
I was like, I'm done. She started bugging at me. I was like, I'm going inside.
Imagine it was worse. Like, imagine you looked at the horse, she's like, oh my God, I'm not real.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God. Like,
Just imagining the horse talking to him.
yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know. Aiden knew what he was doing. It was a good time though. And he was like, if you start tweaking out too much, just smoke some weed. It'll calm you down. I was like, "Ooh."
I didn't
If
know
not
acid
A,
worked
then
like
B.
that. Right.
It was a good time. And then the second time I did acid, it was my 19th birthday. That was a bad idea because my grandma died like a week before.
Oh.
So like the first hour I was just like, and like I threw up and I was just like, I called my mom and I was like, I miss Nana.
Did you tell your mom you were on acid?
No.
Okay. I was just checking.
I thought you were going to say, like, you saw her or some shit. Like,
Nah, it's probably like an emotional thing.
No,
Yeah.
we watched The Righteous Gemstones.
What?
It was this show on Amazon Prime. It had just come out at the time because I was 19. And so we just watched the whole show. It was a good
that's
time.
nice.
Because I dropped with someone else. My buddy Nevin. It was a good time. But
Damn.
I'm not doing much more acid, I don't think.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you haven't done it in a long time, so.
Yeah, I was
That makes
19.
sense.
I was 19. I don't know. I got what I wanted out of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what
Yeah,
matters.
I mean-
like,
Mushrooms don't work for me.
mushrooms are kind of weak compared to acid, I will say.
I've done mushrooms a couple times. Like I've taken like 3 grams at a time. My first time taking mushrooms, I watched Spy Kids 2.
Ooh,
I
that's
feel
a
like
good
that would
movie.
probably be one of the best movies to watch on
Yeah.
shrooms.
It would.
That's the one where Jeff Goldblum is like, do you think God stays in
I
heaven because he
forgot
feels what he created? It's like, oh shit.
I feel like if I hadn't
real.
seen that movie before and I reached that part while I'm on shrooms, I'd be like, oh my God, did he actually say that in the movie or did I just imagine that?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
Am I in the movie? Is this the movie?
Well, especially because that's the movie where they have like all the fucking weird
Yeah, the
animal
thumb
hybrids and
people
shit like
and the
that.
animal hybrids.
Yeah.
Thumb
Thumb
People
in the
is
first
one.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, Thumb is the first
Thumb
one.
thumbs. I
Yeah.
want to be a thumb thumb for Halloween. That'd be kind of fun.
Well, you're almost there.
Thank you. I think I could do it. I put my mind to it.
I've always wanted to have like a really grotesque Halloween costume, like a hyper realistic version of like Squidward or Patrick or
Ooh,
something.
Oh, I thought you were
Patrick
gonna say
will be funny as
The
fuck.
Simpsons.
Oh,
talked
well,
about
that
that
too.
before.
I do want to do that, like a really hyper realistic like Marge
Like,
Simpson.
go to like
Homer.
a
yeah.
convention or something, just like that.
Yeah.
It'll
like-
win all of the contests.
God, that'd be fucking hard. I'd really like. I want to draw like veins on me and shit like that too.
I think my next cosplay is going to be Taro Sakamoto from Sakamoto Days.
I haven't seen
He's
it.
who I want to be when I grow up. Sakamoto
Oh,
Days.
Yeah. I know you're talking about. Yeah.
He used to be the best spy in the world. Then he met a girl and was like, I'm not killing people no more because she says so.
Is that Bat Guy? Bat Guy?
No, that's Baki. And then, so like he just doesn't kill people anymore, but he's still that guy. And, you know, when you're the best assassin in the world and you quit, the only thing that happens is like, oh, well, I mean, we got to kill you now.
Yeah.
And so, like,
Just
now
gonna
he
be
just has all the best assassins in the world coming after him, but he's not allowed to kill him because his wife said no. But he's still that guy. He's just that guy. He's
He has to be nice.
It's like,
like he's fighting someone on the train and like beating their ass, and then he pulls up, jacks them up, and he's like, that's the because like an old lady's supposed to sit down, is like, that's the handicap seat. Move your ass. He's like, I need to be this guy, and we wear the same glasses.
Well, there you go.
You're already
Step
halfway
one.
there.
Step
Yeah.
one.
Glasses are half the fit.
Once my hair gets long enough, I'll be able to like put my hair like that too. Just like have a ponytail and like have some of it like stick out on the front.
I just want to be Goku.
Kinda, bro. Who has better hair, Goku or Vegeta?
Have you seen Vegeta's hairline?
Goku, definitely. Yeah, it's that hairline. It's the
Yeah.
fucking widow's peak.
Yeah, but his hairline's awful.
But you could just cut that.
Yeah, you
But
can't
then
really
why is
cut
it
a
that shit
widow
pushed
peak.
all the way
But then
back?
his forehead would be massive.
Have you seen his forehead? His
And
forehead's
the widow
fucking
peak grows
huge.
back. It would just be like after.
Goku definitely has the
5
better
o'clock
hair.
shadow
Yeah.
Oh, it would
widow's
be, it
peak
would be.
forever.
No, it's just Vegeta got a big ass head. That's all.
Yes,
It's
his
not like he's ever gonna go bald though.
Dog,
I still like Goku's hair more.
his hair does not match his
Have you ever
head
seen like
shape. I'm
Vegeta
sorry.
with cancer beans? He's like, Kakarot, that cancer was pretty strong. Like, it's pretty rough.
I don't think they could ever have cancer.
No, I mean, Goku got a virus.
Oh my god, he gets COVID.
Yeah, how did that work?
He got a heart virus.
Yeah, but that's weird because they have senzu beans. I don't understand why the
Senzu beans couldn't kill it.
Yeah, I don't understand. It was just,
Well,
they
hear me
just
out.
made
Hear me out. What if they got cancer, right? And then they had a sensu bean and they made the cancer stronger.
That's actually true. That's probably
Yeah.
what would happen. Because
Yeah.
they specifically told him, like, don't take a fucking Senzu bean.
Man.
On the virus, they said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? It probably makes your entire body stronger. So if you have a disease, it makes the
Yeah,
disease.
'cause-
And
Well,
also,
because it's in your bloodstream,
viruses
so attach your
replicate
RNA.
with your
Yeah.
own DNA, so it actually would make them stronger.
Well, also, if it's in your heart, then, I mean, it'll be mixed in with your blood, too. So, I mean, it's just like...
no, but like
Rats.
literally, viruses replicate with a host DNA. Like that
Oh,
is
yeah.
that is you.
They have to attach.
Yeah.
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 Actually, what's about life and being real? Like, do we still know if viruses are real now? Because there's an argument that they are, and there's an argument
Viruses
that,
are real. You can see them under an electron microscope.
Viruses are alive because they have to. They
So
need
okay,
a host.
it's a huge debate.
It is a debate, that's
in,
what I'm saying.
in like the scientific community.
I
medical
think
community.
it's so weird that they're not considered
I know.
alive.
So after
Yeah.
COVID,
But they need something.
After COVID, a lot of them agree that they are living.
They do?
Why? Why? Because of COVID, did they change their mind?
Just a huge pandemic. You're talking about viruses all the time.
Yeah. It's just...
More money
The
behind
topic
it.
came up. It was relevant.
Yeah,
Because like, if
but it's
needs
starting
some-
to change. I've always considered them alive. I've always not understood the argument as to why not.
Because they
No,
need a
I've
host.
known they were alive since seeing that episode of Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah.
Where they went inside Carl
Oh,
because he had the
yeah.
virus, and then the virus was like chasing them. It was like, this is how actually.
Well, that's like anthropomorphized, but like
yeah, but if that's how they work, then like shit's alive.
I mean, it is more or less how they work.
So
Sort of,
my,
yeah,
my
but,
thing
like-
is like it's like almost like a zombie. It's like quite literally like the version of a zombie. It's dead. It's innate. It can just do nothing. But it was something.
it is
once-
alive, I'd argue, because
once-
it feeds.
A living thing has to come by new proximity for it to feed off. Other than that, it's just kind of just there.
Well, their whole argument as to why viruses weren't alive, it was because they solely needed host DNA to replicate.
Yeah.
Like they did not have their own DNA to procreate themselves.
But there's parasites that
Isn't
do
that
the same thing.
technically
I
true
know,
for us?
protozoa and everything. I mean,
Maybe like a
no,
different...
because
like,
you have
type
your
of
own, you have
organism.
your own unique DNA.
Yeah.
Well,
a virus
I'm more
really
just
doesn't.
saying, like, I need to consume the DNA
Well, if
of
we-
other animals to sustain.
is it
myself.
fair to say they're alive if we can make viruses?
Now, you don't
Like-
take
like, and you know what
the
I mean? Like,
DNA. You're
Yeah.
taking the other nutrients that come along with it. But
What were you saying?
anyway, I'm sounding too much like a naysayer.
No,
I believe that
I
viruses are
get
alive.
you. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
What were you
sounds
saying?
alive to me. It eats. If it eats, it's alive.
Yeah.
So basically, like, if we can make viruses, are they alive? Like, is it fair to say that we can just make a new animal and like, is it a real thing? Is it more like an android type of thing? Like,
It'd be like a
We can
GMO,
create new
like a
animals.
plant.
We just don't because
You
we
can
shouldn't.
totally change the structure of living things. We've done it before. That's what GMOs are.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. We make plants all the
We
time.
just
They're alive.
we're just like we shouldn't open this box.
Yeah.
It's gonna open soon though, because
I think
sure.
GMOs
I
are
think
a
it's
net
been
positive on
open.
humanity.
no. I'm saying
Undeniably.
like, well, no, because eventually it's like,
Like you mean like making your own life like from scratch?
yeah, like,
Or, like,
because like
correcting
eventually,
humans.
because like,
Well, I mean, the
aren't
issue
getting
is
to the
we
point-
can't.
Like,
Yeah.
aren't we getting to the point where it's like, well, I mean, like, you could choose your baby's eye color.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
that's a
shit,
thing.
like, what's the
That's a
line
lot of
on
money.
that? You know?
I mean, it's the whole moral dilemma on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's,
because like,
it's going to
essentially,
happen.
it's like, oh, okay, well,
because then at that point,
then eugenics was correct.
because the whole thing with psychopaths, like, if you could just like cut out that one
Yeah,
part that makes you just
psychopaths.
have like lack empathy, then like, wouldn't you not do that? Would you not argue that's
Yeah,
like the
but
best?
at
Well,
what point
that's the argument for eugenics is that you can eliminate a lot of these birth defects, and the doctors can already detect them so early.
Yeah.
So you might as well just edit out of the genome. But that opens a whole can of worms. So like, okay, why stop here? That's where it comes from. It's like, why stop? I think everybody
Where do
agrees
you
we should
draw
get
the line?
rid of birth defects. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's like
it's like, what more can we do with this?
I guess
That's
it just
what
comes to
people
the
argue.
ethics and moral. Because, like, think about it. Like, realistically speaking, like the morals of killing someone, like during the times of like ancient Egypt, they're way different than the morals we have of killing someone today. So I think we would just adjust from there. If we were like, okay, maybe what we're doing, if we keep cutting out like the race gene or the height gene or like
Yeah.
the big dick, like we're getting
why would we
into
cut
like,
that one out?
make everyone feel equal and fair. Because there's
No,
more small.
no. The answer is to just
If the
everyone
average is
has
5,
a
that
big
means
dick.
there's a lot more people below than above.
No,
And we're
you
trying
just make the
balance the
average.
scales.
No, you just.
I'm
just
standing
balance-
with my
That's
small
also
dick
weird
people.
because you're getting to a point where it's like, when I have a son, I want to make sure he has a big dick when he grows up. Or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's
like-
weird.
Yeah, because then you have to say, like, you have to make everything bigger. You know what I mean? Because then like the women's side doesn't change at all. So now you just have like 12-inch fucking behemoths walking around, and people are getting knocked over.
No, I think if we start
no.
doing that, we just need to make it so that men stay the size that there are, and then women go up to like 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, we know why you want that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that would also make
personal
childbirth
preference.
easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they're bigger, they give birth.
So
easier.
literally like how
And
insects do.
I don't
like
know.
how
I feel like
queen's
the world would
biggest
be
and the
better.
men-
I feel like the world would be
guarantee
better
you-
if men had to like fight women that were strong.
Like they had to beat their spouse in combat before.
Like
I'm
cavemen.
just saying, if women were the ones who were stronger in
You can
general,
double
I
the
feel
size
like-
of the U.S. military.
it's true.
Yeah.
Imagine like a 7'2" Amazon with a fucking
Oh my
AK
God.
just.
Dude, no.
At that point, I think we would just start making soldiers. That's what they would care about.
Oh,
probably.
just like people are
Yeah.
designed just to be.
Yeah,
I guess
but then
you
you
wouldn't
just
make more
use robots.
specialized people. I guess that would be like the ethics.
just
Like,
make
you would make
robots at that point,
fighters.
though.
You would
Yeah,
make,
because
brain
would they be
people.
like, okay, I want my baby to have this job when they get older. I want them to
Right.
have this.
we would
trait
literally make
about
another
themselves.
caste system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, there's no good way that
shit.
this
I think it's like a very slippery slope with all
It
that
is
stuff.
slippery.
It
I
is a slippery slope.
I don't really agree with it. to be
Okay, but that's the
honest.
same thing with AI. Is like that becomes a slippery slope, but now we have to talk about the ethics of it and how we like, because most people want to use the ethics of AI as in like it's an assistant, not
Yeah.
a creator. So like they don't want it to like make its own thing, do its own shit. It's
Yeah.
like no, you're literally
But
like a
that's-
Jarvis to me.
That's the problem. Is a lot of people want it to be a creator too and stuff like that. So you
like,
can't.
that's what the debate is. So yeah, exactly. Some people be like, no, I should have.
It should stay a
be
tool.
smart. I should have a big dick.
Yeah.
I should have all these things. Why are you stopping me? If we can do it, because that is the freedom to change.
Just
People don't even care if you change
just
yourself.
because you can do it doesn't mean you should.
But you see, the issue is also that the baby isn't consenting to you modifying
Yeah.
them either.
the baby
Baby
isn't
didn't
even
consent to
Okay, if you have an abortion,
Yeah.
the baby doesn't.
Yeah.
Wait, if, I feel like if that's the case, then like abortion.
Well, then the
is supposed to
argument
be
goes both ways.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
because
know,
it's like
I know,
the baby
exactly.
doesn't just like getting. You know.
Yeah, no, I
The
agree.
parent
Yeah, I didn't
decides
choose
both
to be
ways, and you
here.
can. The parent should decide to modify
People
the
don't
baby.
choose to get their force-in snipped, so I mean, who
Yeah.
cares?
Yeah, but we agreed on that as like a society.
But what
Yeah,
if what
we
if
can
someone
agree
was
to
like?
genetically modify them too?
But what if someone was
Yeah.
sitting there like, oh, I just really want to raise a baby with Down syndrome?
That's fucked
That's
up.
weird.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
cruel. That's
but-
cruel.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
no,
though.
I don't
think
think
you
we
should be
would
allowed
use
to
it
give
to
people
give
defects.
people.
Yeah.
I think they're objectively wrong. That is cruel.
Yeah, you should
I know,
not.
I'm just saying in
no, I
general,
don't.
like-
I think that's probably like that's almost like
No.
committing a crime in a sense. It's like
I mean, like if you feel that way because you had a kid with Down syndrome, that's admirable.
But I mean, at that point, I would think adoption as opposed
exactly,
to
yeah.
trying to give something.
Adopt a
yeah, I
real
was like,
Down
why
syndrome
give it
kid.
to
Yeah.
somebody versus just taking from the pool who needs someone to love them and care for them. You know what I mean?
I feel like it's still the thing of drawing the line. It's going to be a slippery slope regardless, and it's going to end up being who wins out because whatever the outcome is, some people disagreed with whatever it is, and they now have to exist in a world where those things can be changed,
Yeah.
as opposed to babies just being born.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you if somebody says if you could go back in time and change one thing in your life, what would it be? You go back and change that thing, and something else goes to shit.
Yeah.
It could make it worse. It can make it better. You
Right.
don't know.
Yeah, but thing
either
is-
way.
I know what I would go back and change.
Humans can change their own future. You know, like
Yeah.
like what you do now just determines the future.
Right.
So
You don't need to go back.
yeah,
And that's how I feel like whenever they come into the world, from that point forward,
Wait,
you can.
hold on.
So change them
Do you
after.
have an
not
answer?
before.
Does
Yeah.
everybody have an answer to this question though?
If
What
you could go
question?
back and change something,
If you could go back and change something about your life, what would you change?
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either.
yeah.
sometimes I'll be at work and I'll just be like, if I could go back in time, just like start my day all over again, I'd do this differently. Make my day easier.
Yeah, like the most I would do
like
is go
that.
back one day.
But I can't like think about a specific event.
I would never like
a
try
huge-
to change any of my next
like
points
I
or anything
yeah, I
like
can't.
that.
Just,
I know
can't
exactly
change
what I
that.
would do. I would.
Can you elaborate?
yeah, you were
Yeah,
saying you keep bringing it up.
No,
I mean,
I would.
Never
Yeah.
invest in
Come on.
Bitcoin.
I would. No, I
Buy
would.
Apple at 2 months old.
No, I would go back and save my dignity.
I knew it, and
does that
that's
even
not
mean?
gonna help.
You're saying by not dating your ex to begin with?
No, that'd be dumb.
Okay.
No, there was just a moment where I tried to break up with her and I didn't because she wouldn't let me. and I don't think I would let that happen again.
You only know that
But
because you learned the lesson.
you've learned. Though.
Yeah.
Because
So if you
If you
didn't
went
do
back
it
and changed
then,
that, you wouldn't have learned that
you would
lesson.
have learned it next time.
Because that means, imagine you've never experienced that before. Because don't forget, we're built by experience. Imagine you never had that point. So some girl does it, and she's way better at manipulating you. She broke your
gonna
wall
happen.
twice.
You're better off now because you made that mistake.
Let me ask, is it that I'm going back in time and warning myself, or I'm back, like, it's just me, I replace myself?
Well,
in
it
that
sounds like regardless, you want the outcome to be the same, so it doesn't really matter.
Either way, it's
moment?
the
Yeah,
same.
well, no, because, like, yeah.
Because what's saving your dignity? Because you already know you made that mistake before anyways. You're not saving your dignity.
I mean, I'm saving that KJ's dignity.
But then it would probably be more of like just that branch of KJ. You still have to live with that. It doesn't just erase it
Yeah.
from your mind.
Yeah,
So
but
then
if I
you-
go back and change it, it's like a
then-
temporal paradigm. Like,
So
no.
do you disappear?
So
or
you
do
would go back
live
in time
this
and
branch?
make KJ Prime.
Right.
Well, I'm already becoming
It's like KJ who's just slightly better because he still had some of his dignity left.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
If you warn yourself, you now disappears, right? You get snipped.
Well, no, you
Yeah,
come back to
depending on
the.
the logic.
No, I come back to this timeline.
So this branch continues forever, and you just know that somewhere else there's a KJ who didn't have that happen.
Yeah, what would
And
be
you
the
have
point
to
of that?
live with
Because you still
knowing
did
that.
it.
yeah, there's literally no point.
And then you have to live with
Because I would
knowing that
feel
there's
better.
a better outcome.
Why would you feel better?
elsewhere.
But
You'd
there's
compare
no-
the
Because I
branch.
caused that better outcome.
But think about it
But
this
you
way.
still did it initially.
But
You would
think
have the
about it.
memories of the ultimate
No, because
timeline
what
still.
if you left and the other KJ was like, damn, he's a bitch. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't think I would think that.
What if
about
life
myself.
ends up worse? What if you
You don't
warn
think you
him,
would?
he drops
would.
her, and
You
then
would.
next girl just like ruins
Murders
his
his
life?
ass.
Yeah. Would you feel good about yourself?
Because what's stopping you there? What's
I
stopping
feel
you?
awful, actually.
Exactly.
No,
Why
'cause
you
then
can't
it's the
change it?
cycle. It's like, well, I gotta go.
'Cause if you're
stop
gonna do
him from
that-
stopping
It'd
me.
be like Flashpoint.
Wait, KJ,
all over again.
wouldn't the real dignity then be like going back and stopping you from dating her to begin with? If you know what's going to happen.
You would still have to learn
because the lesson needs to be learned.
Then you have to let all the.
So why you
lessons
don't let
learn.
one lesson be learned,
Like
not both?
that's almost like the dick
Because
debate
I'd
with the
rather,
children. Like, you can't just fix one.
I know I'd rather hear this coming from me, because like people were trying to tell me, it's like she's probably like, you know, I wouldn't listen.
So
But,
you're
like,
telling me if like before you started dating her, you walked around the corner, you're like KJ.
Don't
no, it
do
would
it.
not. No, it would be no, it would be that moment. It would be that day that I'm making that drive over there to give her shit back. And I would be like, listen, she's about to say this, this, and this. Ignore it.
I feel
But
like I
actually,
said that.
no.
I feel like I tried that. The same
No, you
thing.
did. I'm saying I would have listened to myself.
Bro, said invalid. I need a real one to talk to.
No, it was.
You were gonna need to learn it.
See,
either way.
look, I hear what you're saying, and I've said that to myself before too. But at the same time, I'm like, I wouldn't even have listened to myself.
Exactly.
I
You
definitely
I
would.
wouldn't have.
You would have been like, it's probably not that bad.
No.
Imagine-
He's overreacting.
Stop. I need to get this out real quick. There is a psychological thing called priming. If you would have told yourself the worst thing she said to you to make you not do that, you would have went into that conversation. Oh, it's not that bad. I can work
Exactly.
with this.
Yeah.
That is a little psychological thing. When you go to someone, you want them to convince them of
KJ,
something. You prime their mind.
How would you
to
feel?
accept it already.
How would you feel if you went back there to tell him not to do it, and then you watched him do that shit anyways?
I'd have to rethink my entire system. No, but
It's a net you can't
So while we
break.
were having this
The look on his
conversation,
face would be
said it to
hilarious.
yourself
okay, so no.
But
The
you
real
said it to
reason I'm
yourself
wrong.
before.
The real reason I'm wrong is because let's say I listen to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I go there. I'm just now realizing the reason she didn't want me to break up with her is because she probably had the new guy over her place. So I would have gotten over there
And saw him.
and saw the nigga. So it would have been worse. No, you're right. I shouldn't
I
go
mean,
back.
Crash that would have been monumental.
Oh no, I would have.
You never know how that's gonna go until you get there. And
It's like you go back in the future to check on him, like, oh, I wonder how this timeline's doing. And this motherfucker's in jail.
Like, what did you do? Like, oh, I met the guy.
the planet's
I
burning.
killed him.
You're
Yeah.
right.
It's like, what did you do?
You create a new law being made, and he just fucks everything.
I feel like you kind of did it for the plot. I feel like it was one of those things where it just had to happen in order
Yeah.
for you to get past it. Otherwise, you would have just been in this loop up until you moved forward from that point. It was going to happen regardless. Because you had already convinced yourself to break up with her and then talked yourself out of it. So you talking to yourself is not the issue. That happened already.
I didn't talk myself out of it. I was going over there to do it, and then she I had
she
to
said,
call
"No,
her
don't
from a
come."
friend's phone because she had my number blocked.
You
and then
didn't
she
need to
called
do that
me.
part. You didn't need to do that part.
What?
You could have
Call
just
her.
showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then how would I have? Like, she lived in a dorm. How would I have gotten inside?
Listen, I had an ex.
If you were gonna break up with her
literally
anyway,
get
just leave her
into my
shit
room.
outside.
True. You could have just.
You remember when I lived at U Point? He made it to my bedroom. Exactly. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Somebody probably just let him in.
Yeah, no. But I was it's Agnes though. It's like an all girls school. Like I'm not supposed to be there.
You don't think there are guys inside? You just said that you felt like her guy was inside.
Yeah, but she took him in there.
Okay.
So other students.
I'd have to get another student to let me in.
Exactly.
Yeah, my girlfriend's inside. I'm trying to surprise her. I'm pretty sure that's what he said to get in. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, no, she took him in with her.
Right.
Yeah, she could
so
probably
if
buzz
a
him
random
in, but-
girl was out there and you're like, "Hey, my girlfriend's inside. I'm trying to surprise you." You think she's gonna
Regardless,
be like,
there's a way to get
danger.
in.
I think so, yeah. But maybe not.
Maybe
Either way.
through. Listen, there's no reason he
Charisma,
should have made it.
charm, being
No, I
not
could
weird.
definitely riz my way into
Motherfuckers gonna like
There you go.
climb in through the air vents or some shit. Like,
I still have so many questions. He got through like a parking garage. You had to have a badge to get through.
Oh,
No, he just
The
walked in behind
elevator?
someone.
But
Yeah, probably.
my door.
he used like his little credit card to like open the lock on
Well,
it.
he
Something.
knocked on the door. And
I think that one of my one of my roommates had to have let him in. But
You didn't ask?
No.
I would have asked how the fuck did you get in here? Like,
Oh well, I mean, yeah. Think about this. I come into my room, and somebody had told me that he was there. They had his location, and it was his ex. It was a lot of weird. She was like, "Why is he at your place?" I'm like, "I'm not at my place. He's not there." She's like, "Yes, he is. I have his location." I was like, "Oh, well, I'm not coming home then." No, not the next day. Later that day, I'm on the phone with another friend. I'm like, "What if he's sitting outside?" He wasn't. I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then it's like, "What if he's sitting in the parking garage?" He wasn't. I'm like, "Okay, this is fine." What if he's in the hallway? No, he's not there. What if he's inside the door? Okay, he's not here. Okay, I'm fine. Opens the door to my bedroom and he's sitting there. So my thing is my safety, right? Because I didn't want to go, "What are you doing here?" And then him freak out. So I was like, "Hey, I was just about to text you."
oh, what the fuck?
That sounds like a horror movie.
Yeah.
You know? And like I said, I was on the phone with somebody else saying, "Okay, cool, I'm good." Opens the door, like, hangs up, throws phone, which, I think I made sure they knew that he was there first before I hung up and threw the phone. But yeah, sometimes in life, man, that's not the worst story. That's probably
It's not
the
the
worst.
same, but I've had something similar happen.
I had somebody fake a tumor.
That's
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've heard this story so many times. Everybody tell it.
Yeah, what?
It's not good. So when my senior year of high school, somebody thought that I was cheating on them with somebody else. This was not the case. We broke up because, the first time we broke up, it was because he thought that I was cheating. So he was like, "No, we're not doing this." And I explained to him that I wasn't. He was like, "Oh, okay, cool. Never mind. We can still be together." So then we're together, and I asked him to take a break because I didn't like how he had accused me. It involved like yelling at me in a hallway full of people. And I was
Yeah.
like, "We should probably take some time." Comes to see me the next day and is like, what did he say? "Did you break up with me to be with him?" And I was like, "Wow. So this just is we're not going backwards from here." Okay, cool. So then following up, his friend is texting me talking about how, like, he's really hurt, you guys should get back together. I don't know what happened. We can work through
It's
it.
the bro thing. It's just like he's
Yeah.
Hold on to that.
okay.
Then he's like, "Hey, I'm at the hospital with him. He just had a tumor removed and lost 6 months of his memory." And
Just
he's
casually
asking
threw
for
that
you.
out.
Yeah.
He's asking for you, and I don't know what to tell him. And I was like, I mean, tell him the truth. I don't even remember if I believed it at this point. But
Medically speaking, you're supposed to reorient them.
reorient them, meaning tell them
Tell them
exactly
the
what's
truth.
happening.
Tell them the truth. Yes,
Okay.
make them live in reality.
I'm the best friend should know that by now. So then going back and forth, I was like, "No, we're not getting back together. This isn't working out." Come to find out, a year later, it wasn't his best friend. It was him texting the whole time. Bro code my ass. And then on top of that, he was coming to school with a bandage on his head, saying, like, and asking teachers for help.
Like 3 months after the fact?
Yeah.
That shit would have healed by then. Anyway.
But he wasn't out of school long enough for this to have been the case. There were a lot of reasons
Because he didn't
why.
actually have a tumor.
Exactly.
That's
And to say
fucking
that is crazy. But nonetheless, he apologized a year later. He was like, "Yeah, the person who was texting you wasn't my best friend, it was me. And the girl who was calling you out your name wasn't a person, it was me. The person who stalked you in 10th grade was me." He stalked me to see if I was loyal. He created like a separate account that had a picture of my ear, and it was like, my name's real boyfriend, and he would text me things like, you don't love him, you love me. Drop him, and then we can be together. I'm like, I don't know who you are.
Weird.
Yeah, just really insecure.
Yeah.
Like super insecure.
Yeah.
He told me not to text the guy back, and the guy
This
is
is some real horror
texting
movie
him,
shit.
threatening him that he's gonna
fucking
jump him
He's
at
literally just
school.
talking to himself in a little Discord chat.
So that he can show
Yeah.
it to me. And so then, a year later, so that was senior year of high school, freshman year of college, he sends me this long apology. He's like, yeah, I lied about this, that, and the other, and I lied about that because I wanted everybody to hate you and feel bad for me. I was like, that is crazy.
Insane.
He would apologize like in years to come. And I'm like, I'm in a different place in life. You don't have to apologize. We could just
Just
we
leave
could
me
be
alone.
Cool.
It
It's
needs
fine.
like psychiatric evaluation. That's
I feel like every girl I've ever talked to has some kind of a story similar to that about like a
just some
guy that they've
crazy-
dated.
Yeah, you meet a crazy. What
it's
the
funny because
fuck?
my current girlfriend does actually.
Yeah, it was
It
like
has,
everyone
like-
I've talked to has a story like that.
Yeah, it's most. I know. So one of our friends has never had a bad breakup. I've only been in my first. Well, nope, that one was bad too. 4 for 4 has not gone well.
That's crazy.
Same, actually.
Yeah, no. Sometimes in life,
They just always go poorly.
I'm 2 for 2. Good. Sorry.
The first breakup, I was in 8th grade.
Good for you, bud.
I like how
No
you're
risk.
choosing well. But the first time I was broken up with, we were in 8th grade, and he's walking past me in the hallway as we're leaving, and he's holding on to the back of his friend's backpack, and he said, "Guess what?" And I said, "What?" He said, "You're single," and kept going. And so then I'm standing there, I'm just like getting ready to go home. At the end of the day, I go to the bathroom because one of my friends that I carpool with is there. She's like, "Hey, how's it going?" I was like, I think I got dumped. I'm not entirely sure what's happening. And I texted him and I was like, was that a joke? He's like, no, I'm sorry. That was real. I'm like, so don't feel bad now. Your friend saw the funny part. What are we doing? But yeah, that was numero uno. Then just
What a crazy way to break up.
A drive-by breakup?
that's not as bad. We like the girls that I knew used to go up to their friends' boyfriends and be like, you want to see a magic trick? And they're like, what? And then they'd go, poof, you're single. That's how they would break up with each other's boyfriends.
That's so
for
sad.
them.
Yeah.
That's so that's just
No,
mean.
yeah, I would crash out.
Imagine you
As a
had no
friend-
idea what was happening beforehand. You thought everything was going good, and it's
This
like,
is what I'm
poof, you're
saying.
single.
Magic. Bad.
Wow.
Crash. I remember-
Still better than like the fucking obsessive stalker thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never had a stalker, but I do remember one time I had like a really bad fight with someone I was dating.
Argument?
Yeah, like an argument. And then I was like, well, no, I've never gotten into like a physical altercation with a girl. But I
Probably
was
for the
like,
best.
yeah, but I was just like, you know what? I'll talk to you later. I hung up on. I was like, we can talk about this later. I'm pissed. So I hung up and then I took a nap. And I woke up and she was just on my bed. I was like, how did you get in my house? Because she didn't have a car or a job.
See? Same guy, same thing.
Yeah.
I was
How
like,
did you get here?
And she was like, I'm so sorry. And I was like,
I haven't had that happen, but
the head went crazy, so I forgot.
Knew it. Called it.
No,
I was talking about.
it was an apology. It was an apology. She apologized correctly.
yeah, y'all know the story on this part a little bit. So in between with my ex and stuff like that, I dated someone else briefly and everything. At some point after the fact, when I was like with my ex again, she brought up something from one of my dates with the other one, right? And it was something that she could have only known if she was there.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Crazy, bro.
And
Right? It feels weird, don't it?
they claimed that it was because they saw it. But I don't know if it was just that or if they looked through like pictures on my phone or like what happened there, you know what I
Ask
mean?
people something.
But
What was the thing? Can you say?
like what we were both wearing. Like our specific outfits.
She might have
oh
been.
no.
That is a very like fine detail.
It was like a specific outfit and like what we were doing
That
that
could
day.
very easily be a friend that saw. Because I've gotten those text messages.
Because it was in Athens. This is like
That's why
my
it
ex that
was
went to
weird.
UGA.
Oh,
and
maybe
everything.
it was on somebody's story and she.
No, because we didn't see anyone else there.
My friend told me about my ex who is like not living in one place at the current moment that she bumped into in New York.
Mhm.
And it's like, there's no way.
You just bumped into someone, yeah.
Well, no, to say that if I were to text him and tell him what I knew from what she saw, he would think that I was in New York too, because he didn't know my friend was there.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. So it's very possible that she had somebody who was there, was like, oh shit, took a picture and sent it,
Maybe I don't
which
know.
would be crazy. But females do.
Does she have a lot of friends in Athens? I actually don't know that.
Not really.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
New York. There was no reason for this to have taken place.
True.
Maybe I need to
Yeah.
date a girl with friends. Maybe
Yes.
that's my issue.
Mm-hmm.
Now
But-
that I look at it, every girl I've ever been in a relationship with, they had like maybe one or two friends. But like,
Yeah.
no, I need someone with friends.
Like a social circle.
yeah.
Quality over quantity, but yeah.
Well,
Something.
no, because like I met my ex's friends like 2 years into the relationship, and then like
That's kind of crazy.
I gave them no, because she hadn't talked to them until then.
Yeah.
Like they reached out to her around her birthday, and I didn't have the
years
heart
later.
to be like, they haven't talked to you in 2 years. I don't really know if they're friends, but and then she like,
Oh my God. Hey, bestie.
yeah, 'cause, like they had all these songs they came up with, and I was like, I mean, yeah, this is cool, but like whatever. And I hated her friends. They're all theater people.
Hey,
Are you a theater people?
I am a theater people.
Oh.
She's
So
she's
sorry.
cool.
I get
Shit.
paid
I'm a
for
band
it.
people. It's okay.
Yeah.
No, see, there's nothing wrong with them inherently, but you knew what I meant when I said they're theater people.
Well, we had this conversation recently, and I think that the qualities that he dislikes about people who are in theater are qualities that you can see in every other field. You just see it differently, and he has a particular aversion to that one, but it's the same quality. It's not a quality
Well, I mean,
of a theater person.
There's
so much
a
as it's
difference
person.
between being in theater and being like a theater kid.
Same thing with like
There-
furries in high school. There's a certain there's a group of traits that this group expresses together. So yeah, while it is like a group of people, they all just happen to like
Like there's like a stereotype with people like that.
Yeah.
There
you know?
is this.
I like furries are the best example. But
Well, furries and theater kids, like you know what, like the kids who just had tails or just like little, you could literally put 2 and 2 together.
I went to a performing arts high school, and they had furries too. Ironically, like I have a clear
Victoria?
you
picture.
just said there's like there are theater kids
That's
and then
what
there
we
are
said.
kids in theater. There's no like furries and then people who are friends. It's like the exact same thing.
That's true. Yeah, the transfer is difficult, but being in a performing arts high school, it's like you could be in PA, but there were also people who were just districted for that high school. Unfortunately, they referred to each other as district kids and PA kids. And as a PA kid, it was almost, some of them were really proud to be able to be pointed out as a PA kid, and others really liked that people didn't know if they were in PA or not. And I think that as far as being a theater kid, you kind of have to define it. Like, I didn't get into musical theater really until I was like 14. And I've always had diverse enough interest to where it wasn't the entirety of my personality.
That's the issue. I think a lot of people make it their whole personality
Yeah, it's
a lot
dude,
of the
I don't
time.
want to hear about
To get there, you kind of have to. Like, I do it professionally, like I get paid to do it, but I'm not trying to be on Broadway because I feel like the commitment of all of that, it wouldn't allow me to continue to do the things that I would like. But if that is where you're trying to get to, you have no choice but to make that your entire life.
Yeah.
So for them, I can see you having an issue with some of them, but some are cool.
No, well, because like I respect dedication to a craft more than anything.
That was the argument. Because he was saying people who just talk about theater all the time. I'm like, well, if you talk about video games, is it not similar? And he was saying,
But there's another thing too. Like if you talk about nothing but video games too, there's also like a personality. Like there's a stereotype with that.
yeah.
Yeah. Shut in, otaku, whatever you want to call them. Just like the neat TAS one.
Lame.
Loser.
I
Bum.
just,
Yeah.
yeah, but like I wasn't very fond of her friends. They were very and also she was like the oldest, and it was just like, dude, they haven't. It was just, I don't know. I just didn't have the heart to like let her know that.
Her friends were weird.
Yeah, and she just didn't really have. She had one friend who was the person who lived next door, who was like 2 years younger than her. You know?
Who she didn't talk to for 2 years.
No, she talked to her all the time.
Oh, okay.
But, like they were next door neighbors. Like
Yeah.
it's not the same. Like they weren't in the same grade, and like I don't know. There are a lot of things that I looked past because I was just like, oh, she's just different. I was like, oh no, she didn't understand sarcasm.
Mm.
Like her family told me that she didn't do her first sarcasm until she was literally 14.
her first sarcasm.
So she was like Amelia Bedelia, just taking everything seriously.
Yeah, and she still has that problem. But
Oh wow.
Like Starfire or some shit. Like she's
Yeah.
walking around like
yeah, but like she takes it personal. So like
Yeah.
she's like not a I teach.
why
people.
is the cat outside of the bag? Like some shit like that.
Somebody
like-
has to catch the cat.
my natural disposition is sarcasm and dry humor.
Yeah.
Like
How did that last for as long as it did?
Yeah.
because
was
when we
in-
first met, she was like, "Yeah, I love someone who's honest, who's gonna like say what's on their mind." But then,
So
you
she
know,
just took you as saying like,
Your friends are weird.
I
she
wish
didn't-
we could
she
kill
didn't
all
thi-
these
no,
people.
she just didn't understand that like she just didn't understand that like she was like kind of off. Even though she would like be like, yeah, I think I might be autistic. But it's like she just didn't get like social cues or anything. It's just weird.
Well, she also had like 2 or 3 friends, so I feel like having a larger circle to a degree would give you a little more sample data to pull from.
Well, but she also had 3 sisters.
That doesn't the family could be like an echo chamber.
Yeah.
That doesn't.
No, they're all very different people.
So
I mean, they all have like
different social circles outside of their house.
Yeah, like
hers is like 2 friends in her family.
She has 2 older sisters. Her oldest sister, butch lesbian. Second oldest, otaku, like nerd. She's music, and then her little sister takes after the second one. So like
otaku nerd, yeah.
Yeah. Her young, I mean, off topic, her youngest sister was probably the coolest child I've ever met. It's so weird. It's like, why are you so cool? Fuck you. What?
Like, baby.
Why are you so cool?
Are you mad?
No, because it's just like
he's mad that he's not as cool.
Yeah, no, it's like I'm not like I'm happy for her. She's just that bitch.
3 older siblings. You kind of get that filtered maturity, so you kind of get.
You're like, I don't want to be that.
And it's like everyone likes her, and it's like.
She's just chill as fuck. Like, I mean, you can't hate the game. Like,
right.
No.
Because I know when I was young, I got the squeaker. Like, I got the, like, what is this fucker doing here type shit.
No, so everyone likes her.
Yeah, exactly. So if you just, got that shit on you, like, that's respectable.
But, like, there were just a few things. I didn't realize that those were things I should be taking note of. I was, like, making the intention to, like, look past those things. Like, those things shouldn't matter. I was like, that's just how she is. But those were indicators of things to come. So.
And now you know.
Yeah.
And the next one's going to be great.
Yeah, you learned a lesson.
Unless you choose, to ignore.
What are you talking about?
I said next relationship will be great unless you choose to ignore things that you've already learned. In which case,
nah, I can't do that.
I was gonna say I'm not even gonna tell you. I'm just gonna look at you.
You don't look at you be like, I see.
Well, no, if I okay, there could be a thing where I just don't know, but I will if I see the look, I'll be like, oh, I'm being goofy right now.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, what? Okay, that's all it takes.
Yeah.
I'm a dumb. I'm a dumb. Well, not a dumb. It's just
pay attention.
Right.
Just look at what's
Apply
going
knowledge.
on. Just be aware. Like, hold on, I've done this before.
This looks familiar.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Who are you?
Here's wishful thinking.
I have a question for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
What is y'all's dream? I know we wanted yours a little bit. Karris, what is your dream?
Ooh, that's so much fun. Honestly, so I was talking to a friend about how society's kind of annoying and it'd be fun to just kind of walk into the trees and just figure life out. Because I'm not of the belief that if you want to live the life the way that you're living it, who am I to tell you to do differently? I'm really only responsible for mine. So as opposed to trying to change things for everybody, creating circumstance for myself, right? Mm. So then I remembered when I was in the 5th grade, I talked to my friends about building a dome in the middle of the woods that would be like temperature controlled and impermeable so that other militaries couldn't get to us and we would just live differently because we could start from scratch and, actually address some of the things that we've learned about, but that kind of get pushed aside, wouldn't be starting in debt and stuff like that. It tends to sound culty commune-y. It's
so your dream is starting a cult.
No.
Starting a community of like-minded individuals.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot more freedom in what I have in mind because I don't want to lead anything. Mm. It's just, this is what I'm going to do. If you'd like to do it, by all means, but up to you.
A dome in the woods, like
kind of almost like an Amish society in a sense. Like we all have these same values. If you
our
want
favorite drink is Kool-Aid.
Yeah, and if it's for a time and you want to leave after, dope.
So you wouldn't try to govern anything. It would just be like a neutral space, like almost like a not demilitarized.
It's just a little like no man's land.
Yeah, in a sense.
Kind of. It's still in a very early stages.
You protect yourself.
That's what the dome was for. I was in the 5th grade. But actually, considering those kinds of things, that's why it's still in the...
You ever heard of bears?
Yeah.
Yo, all the men can't get inside. This is a wall of bears. Like, oh shit.
That's one iteration. Other than that, No, that's the one that I'm gonna stick with because as far as like
dream, that's the one doubling down.
Yeah.
Performing arts aspiration wise, I just enjoy performing. So there isn't necessarily a point that I would like it to reach where I'll be like, okay, cool, I'm successful. I'm able to do it. So that's cool. I I might have auditioned for one thing. Everything else is more so people will call and be like, hey, can you do this? And I'm like, sure.
That's cool.
I'm in a pretty good place with that. And if I did, if somebody showed up and they're like, hey, we need a person for Broadway, can you? It would be almost no different to me. Like, it'd be cool, and people outside might view it differently and try to validate my profession more for those purposes. But it wouldn't really matter too much on my end because I'm doing the same thing that I'm doing anyway. And then education-wise, because I think about opening a school for the purposes of teaching how to live differently. That's really my only aspiration, is to live in a way that's directed towards fulfillment, not like popular opinions of success and such things.
Yeah.
Just encourage, and not even individualism.
Free thinking.
Yeah, critical thinking.
We
all of
value
these
critical
things.
thinkers.
We value critical
Yeah,
thinkers around
friendship.
here. This is something that we've come to frequently. But yeah, my background's in performing arts, philosophy, and then engaged in public humanities. So
She's got
it's in every
master's.
aspect of life.
Do you have a master's degree?
She's got like
Oh.
4 degrees.
I have 3 degrees.
God.
You said like 4.
Oh yeah, PhD potentially loading. We'll decide how much I love myself.
Oh, shit.
We
Damn.
shall see.
Is there anything you wanted to add on to your dream?
My dream has updated.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay.
Now my dream is I want to become Prime KJ, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
The definition of Prime KJ is the man that me as a 12-year-old would think is the coolest guy ever.
I thought you were talking
Okay.
about Mr. Bitches.
So,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
So, you know,
That's prime.
Mr. Bitches, one of the best at fighting games. I make art that I'm proud of. I make money in a way that I like, as in like I work for myself and like I'm in shape. And also I'm like, you know, I do something dumb like ballet.
Yeah. Hey.
No, I don't think ballet's dumb. I just think that like
The concept of him doing it is kind of dumb.
yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's the same reason I want to get ripped. It's like why? It's like because it's
I thought it would go dumb.
It's like you don't think it'd be funny if I was like.
I want to add back onto mine, and I'm glad that I didn't say this first. That actually makes me super happy. But part of my dream is having a family that is, because I don't believe that you have to settle in a marriage, and I don't believe that, you know, it's doomed or that you're going to hate your partner at one point. Part of my dream is continuously falling in love for the rest of life. And that doesn't mean I got to like them all the time. I know that as humans, there will just be times where it's like, man, I do not fuck with you today. But because I love you, that's
It's cool.
okay.
Yeah.
I also-
And for that to be how my kids are raised, like that's the
The standard you want them to have.
yeah, or at least something that they've been exposed to. I want them to come into this world with their own trauma. They don't need mine.
I would like.
Get yours when you get here.
I would like something similar. I just my how do I put this? I'm not as open to the idea of it being possible.
He doesn't believe that it's
You don't
possible.
think it's possible
you
to
can't-
not
He has to
traumatize
settle
your
somewhere.
You
kids?
can't have it if you don't see
That's
it.
wild.
Exactly.
You
That's
can't
what
have it if you don't see it,
right.
because you won't see it till it's too late.
I mean, yeah.
Why do you think it's impossible to not settle?
We're human beings, bro. Everything we do is possible.
Do you know how many people there are?
That's based.
I just start doing the math, and I'm just like,
No, people and numbers aren't real things. Like that's why we have ethics and morals, because it's not always a numbers game. It's like sometimes you have to look
What
at
is-
yourself like.
What is your definition of settling, though? Like someone who doesn't check every single box that you would ever want?
Because then that is a numbers game, and that's not.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you would check someone's box?
no. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that like,
He
I don't
sees
think-
both sides.
yeah, I don't think that like they would line up perfectly. Like,
I don't think it's settling to, like, it shouldn't line up perfectly.
I think the
Yeah.
reason you're interested in this
should be
person is because
different.
they're different than you to some degree.
Yeah,
If
not-
you wanted a carbon clone, you would just fuck yourself and clone yourself.
I don't think he's saying the same boxes. He's just saying like he doesn't think that he would check her boxes or that she would check his. I feel like as far as checking
yeah, we would
boxes
have
goes,
different boxes.
Yeah.
I think that when you find your person, quote unquote, it's not that they check all of your boxes.
It's a compromise.
It's a
Yeah.
compromise, but also like once you meet that particular person, you think about your boxes a little differently, and not in the sense of you changing your standards, but upon exposure to something, you learn a lot about yourself, and they may check all of the boxes that you need for your person, even if it's not all the boxes that you had written out. You know,
Okay.
thinking singularly without this other person actually in mind. I think that he doesn't like the option of having to trust that this person exists. Like I kind of feel like you believe that they exist, but you don't want to trust that they do because you don't want to be disappointed. Because as soon as you say that this person can exist, then there's a chance that you go through life and then they don't, and then you have to be disappointed with yourself for having believed that they did.
This is what happened when we get a philosopher with a master's degree on Scat Cast.
No,
I just talk to him a lot.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty fair. I don't know. It's like I would like to have like a nice happy family that like we go on like road trips on the weekend and shit.
Possible.
And like if it, we fight sometimes, but like I know she loves me. But then I like start thinking about it, and it's like I don't know.
Are you
man.
drinking
conflict
copium?
is natural.
I mean, I'm not opposed to conflict.
If
It's
there's
more
no
just
conflict,
like
it's actually
like if I'm
worse.
with this woman, right? Like it's for her, it's basically a constant question of like of just like okay, of my options, I choose this one. I don't really believe that like
It shouldn't even be a thought.
Yeah, that
where,
first
like-
part doesn't.
Like if she
Yeah.
gets mad enough at me, she's just gonna go find someone else.
because
Why do you think
the
this was
of
gonna
my
happen?
options isn't a thing.
Huh? Because that's
What did
just
you do
math.
to piss her off so much?
Well, no, there's just nothing you can do to
People don't typically sit there and be
Make-
like, "Oh, these are my options out there in
This
life."
is what
That's not how
I've been
people
trying
think.
to, because he
Yeah,
said
but that
that he
doesn't
would.
stop that from being the outcome.
But you don't know
Nah.
that's going to be the outcome. And even then, it's not really a realistic one.
Huh?
What do you mean? Like, you think just because you piss her off, she's going to leave you?
Like, you know what?
Like, what did you do?
I dated
I think
that
you're saying
one
like
guy.
the option
7
that she
years
can
ago.
always just leave him is never like not apparent.
Well, you probably shouldn't be engaged with somebody if you think that's an outcome.
But also, her separating
I don't
doesn't
like
have to be
literally.
because
I
of
don't want to be
options.
like I trust this woman, and then she takes half my shit, and I can't see my kids anymore.
You get a prenup.
Yeah,
take
there
a
are
prenup.
many ways to prevent that.
It's it's less about the situation.
It's the
and more
principle
just-
on. I know what
Yeah.
you're saying. Yeah, but
Like if I have to
Choose the
deal,
right
I have
woman.
to deal.
in general, normal people don't sit there thinking about their options while they're in a relationship. That's weird. I've never heard of someone like sitting there
No,
like,
that's
damn,
fair.
you know,
I
I
don't
should
think,
have.
yeah.
That shouldn't even cross your mind. Like
Yeah.
you should just be like, oh, this is my person. I mean, that's it.
There's always uncertainty, but you should have faith.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's. I feel like
You
that's
should
what
trust
the
your partner.
relationship
That's
is.
the whole
Yeah.
point. You should trust them.
I was telling him because I was in a relationship where we said forever a lot, and then after that relationship ended, it made me think differently
That
about
happened
how
with
I
me
use.
too, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
that's just how the cookie crumbles. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, well, what it
You
brought me
gotta
to
believe.
is I don't need you to tell me that you'll love me forever. I need you to tell me that you love me today, every day. Each day when we wake up, I want you to continue to make that choice as opposed to, 15 years from now, we're going to be great. Because we could be different people in a different place in life. And if we get to a place where we have loved each other, but at this point, there's something else that I want. If I love you, then I'm letting you go figure out whatever that is. Because if I love you, then it's not selfish. Otherwise, it's not love. So if you've decided that this is the end of where we are together, even if it is one-sided, unfortunately, because if what I'm saying is that I love you, and maybe you're saying you're not in love with me anymore, but you still love me, then we make the decision for both of us to go peacefully in opposite directions. And that's fine to me. I just need the today. And then tomorrow, if that changes, we'll address that then. But just don't let it be like 2 weeks after you found out that you weren't in love with me anymore, you cheated like 7 times, and I
Yeah.
find out. Like, that's different. The way we part will be different.
Well, people grow
Yeah,
throughout their
and
entire
change.
life. So I mean, people are going to change. The idea is that you want to change together.
But
I mean, that doesn't always happen.
Yeah,
Sometimes
And if
you change
don't,
apart. Yeah.
Then that's fine. And that can be peaceful. But if you're hoping for, I want to find somebody, and this person will either stay exactly the same or stay something that will continue to work forever, and you will never know that you found that until you're both dead, then you'll never have peace in the relationship. Because, I mean, the day before you
If
die,
I'm being
what if she cheats?
100%, I just don't want to like put my all into a relationship and then just be this fucking goofball that's like, oh shit.
Embarrassment sucks, but love's
It's
pretty
not.
cool.
It's not the embarrassment.
Based.
I can deal with being embarrassed. It's more just like it's really hard to like give someone everything that you can and just have them like spit in your face. There's nothing you can do to prevent that. And
Sucks ass.
like at the time, I tried like now I just feel goofy because like that's what I was feeling. I was like, she would never do that to me.
But are you goofy?
I feel that way.
He is.
There's nothing wrong with being goofy.
I'm a fucking goof, dude.
There's nothing wrong with being goofy.
You're a goofy
Did you
guy,
do
but you're not
something wrong in
goof.
your relationship?
What do you mean?
Like, are you the reason why you guys aren't together?
No.
Okay, did you do wrong by her?
No.
Intentionally or otherwise?
So why do you think it would be your fault in
Why you
another
So
relationship?
why are you goofy?
Well, because I still have to.
She's goofy. And that's
That's
okay.
kind of the context
And
of
that's
Goofy,
okay.
Okay.
Wait, you said, can you say that?
I can say that.
I mean, if you want to deal with the ramifications of it, sure. She's not going to fight me. It'll be fine.
Oh, my ex is a fucking goofball.
Okay. No,
Yeah, man, he looked at the camera when he said that shit too. He wanted to make sure
I'm
they
glad
heard
you
that
got it off your chest.
loud and fucking clear.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But for the purpose of saying, going forward, that experience can't be what prevents you from allowing yourself to actually engage in a relationship. Because
No,
just choosing to believe that it's not going to happen or that at any point she could turn back on you, you'll never actually be able to experience like a symbiotic.
I really dislike
partnership.
getting my hopes up to be disappointed. It's like my least
Everybody
favorite
does.
thing.
It
Yeah.
sucks. Nobody's like, oh, hope I get disappointed tomorrow. Because then, even if they do, they weren't disappointed.
But it's a natural part of life, though. Like disappointment means you cared about something
The
enough
optimism
to have that
pessimism
disappointment.
thing we were talking about
Yeah,
earlier.
Yeah.
Just like you kind of
Yeah,
have
but
to.
I can like deal with that in like concepts. Like I can deal with that in fighting games. Like I think
Girls are hard.
my lowest point ever is when I went to my first major. I flew out to New York, paid like $200 to enter, and I went 0-2.
Mm.
And like so like I'm sitting there, like I've put 3,000 hours into this game. I flew all the way to New York with my girlfriend and other friends who were competing who did better than me, like way better. And like I just have to sit there and be like, ah, shit. And then like there were also other family problems going on, but like that were like contributing to it. But like the main thing is just like I had to stare down the abyss. It was just like I might be wasting my fucking time.
I mean, silver lining, you were able to compete. You were able to fly out. You had a girlfriend. Even if things don't go as planned, like if you compete and lose, you still competed. And a lot of people can't say that.
I
Majority
lost
of
to people that
cannot.
were I was like, you know, I was.
Well, I mean, now you lose to a 16-year-old. It's
but
shit
that
happens.
that kid's top 6 no matter what. Like,
I mean, shit happens.
like I'm just mad that he's better than me, but he's actually good at the game.
I think the issue, right? You just got out of a relationship, not just like it was a while ago, where this person was like a huge important part of your life, and now you're thinking that like that's like the other half of what your life should be. But like you should be good.
You're basing part of your reality around what could have been with her instead of
Not even that. Like just the aspect that like you should be good without having this person in your life and everything like that.
Yeah, I'm good without her.
No, I get that, but like you're still putting this weight on there. Like, oh, I don't want to have the disappointment of this. I don't want to do this. You're putting all this weight on something that shouldn't have that much weight. There should be something that adds to you. This shouldn't be like one of the main pillars of
He's
that,
over-
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
I hear what you're saying, but then it just comes into like relationship philosophy.
What do you mean?
Because like I don't know, I feel like the paradigm we live in is like it's kind of hard to maneuver that way.
Well, social media is hookup culture. Most people don't really
Yeah.
do that in real life. That's not a real.
This is what I mean by
I'm
living
not
differently.
on social media, so it's not that. It's more
Yeah,
just
just
like
go up to the lady
my,
at the gym, library, be like, "What's good, Shawty?"
And how'd that go?
it went great.
All right.
There you go.
Hey,
Exactly.
Hey.
that could be your future wife.
I'm saying.
And she
That'd be
work
nice.
out. And she work out.
Be nice.
Exactly.
She's pretty cute.
And then I feel like there's nothing wrong with having hope. You can hope. Man, I always said it like that because there have been times where, like in my first year after the breakup, once you get past the point of, all right, it didn't serve me, it served its purpose, it's in the past now, we're going to move forward. You start meeting people and it's like, man, what if I marry this person? Completely irrationally. Like there's nothing of substance that would lead you to believe that, but the thought crosses your mind because either you've already met the person that you're gonna marry or you haven't, and then it could be anybody that you bump into or you never get married. But either way, anything is possible. The next person you bump into could potentially be your wife or not. There's no way of knowing, but it's just as likely as it is unlikely, kind of. You can check the probability.
You never know.
I will admit, I definitely do have trouble like trusting people.
It's been a minute. Give yourself.
Takes
Well, no, because
practice.
it's not just her. Like that's a kind of always
Ongoing.
been a thing with me.
Yeah.
I think it started with she put it. We were talking about it earlier this week. I think she was saying like I think you just decided to not put your trust in people so you wouldn't be disappointed because of your dad. And I was like, yeah, maybe, because like that's never something I've allowed myself to feel towards him. Of just like, I mean, it's just
You're not gonna disappoint.
I mean, you've
me.
always like dismissed him and everything because of like what happened. And it feels like now you're kind of like dismissive towards
to potential of the woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
But you're aware, and that's the first step.
Yeah. Now you can work on
I
it.
don't know. Well, how else am I gonna become Prime KJ if I don't confront my demons?
That's right.
Well, that's what you got to do.
Exactly.
It's the start.
12-year-old you would be so proud.
This has been a lot more philosophical than I was
It was
expecting.
gonna go that way.
Yeah, I was not
I
expecting
told,
to go down
I
this
told you
route.
before we recorded. It's just like
I mean, our conversation in the beginning versus our conversation here, like the second half of this episode, has been completely polar
They're both
opposite.
philosophical.
Yeah.
In different
God.
ways. Reddit's about small dicks and
Yeah.
case
It's the
of
philosophy of
testes.
what you do when God has stacked the chips against you. Like, that is the endowment of human spirit. These people
That's
have
what
just
I'm saying.
lost their way. And like, we're talking, having this dialogue saying you haven't lost your way. There's still hope
Exactly.
in the tunnel.
You are
That's
the little
all I
dick.
was trying to say. Because
I'm okay with being the little dick.
Yeah, you're the little
somebody
dick
out
looking at
there
the light at the end of the
loves their
tunnel.
little dick
That's what's
king.
going on.
There is a little dick king out there who is loved on by a very desirable woman, and I feel like all little kings should know that that's out there. She's out there, and
Yeah.
if she's not, then find better, because there is
Exactly.
better.
Yeah.
I'm painfully optimistic though. Like I won't tell you that it's not
These two
gonna.
motherfuckers.
I would rather be an optimist than a pessimist.
You know?
Exactly.
Just live a
Yeah.
half
It
your
feels
life.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I got to start trolling volleyball
No.
courts and
No.
What?
What?
No.
Bro, what?
trying to be my future wife.
No.
Trolling? Volleyball court.
Nah.
Trolling as in what?
You're
There's no better word.
You're an adult. Are you talking about college? Either way, yeah. It just
I
doesn't.
hope he's talking about college.
I'm not looking. What?
No. My point being, it's kind of like if you want a mother, and you go to a playground, you look creepy if you don't have a kid. If you go to a volleyball game and you don't have anybody really to be there for, you could tell them you just like volleyball. They know you're a liar, first and foremost.
No, I love
Secondarily, that doesn't tell you anything about her, and if you're, like primary.
I'll say a library is probably a better like exhibition
Yeah.
place.
Just go through life, and when you're in the spaces that you
don't
enjoy
think so.
being in, you'll
I just-
interact with people who
no.
enjoy those spaces.
No, I don't.
Damn, bitch, you like reading? That's crazy.
I think,
Man, I'm not talking to you.
Damn,
I'm
you play
definitely the
volleyball?
problem.
That's wild.
Dude, if you came up to me like at the library when I was trying to like get some studying done and you started hitting on me, I'd be like, "Can you leave me the fuck alone? I got a test tomorrow."
I'm
Yeah.
trying to think what the worst approach has been ever. So it's just generally, if you're just yelling at me while I'm walking past, I'm not even going to
That's
acknowledge
just weird.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
like
done that.
because you don't know anything about me. That's my general premise.
That is
If the
catcalling,
only
right?
thing that
Like,
you know
yeah.
about me is what I look like, then I have very little stock in how this is going to go.
No, he's just like, damn, I walk too.
Right.
Damn, so you got legs? That's crazy. I
How
got
long
two
you been
myself.
walking that way? That's crazy.
You left foot, right foot, or right foot, left foot?
Goddamn.
I'm not responding.
What's your dominant foot?
Somebody was catcalling me outside of a Walmart, and this is like a 50-year-old man. I'm in my early 20s, and a woman comes up, like if I'm walking to my car and they were at this car, she's going in, she's like, "Hey, R. Kelly, that's a child." It was fantastic. I wasn't a minor at the point, but I wasn't going to tell her. I said, "You
Yeah.
right? Mm-hmm. Mom." It was fantastic.
God,
for
So
her.
sweating, she's like, oh, fuck.
Right.
Fuck. Is there anything else y'all want to add?
Do.
Oh, this has been fun.
No, I think we did
God,
good
This
things.
is a great episode.
Yeah.
First
Fuck.
time I have 5 people on. This is
I-
very...
Yeah. It wasn't as hectic as I thought it would be, to
Not
be
at all,
honest.
not at
Yeah.
all.
I promise to give Hope a chance.
Yay!
Yay! Except for maybe like it's almost like a conversion for like pessimists.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually talked to all of them before. This was an intervention. You didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what?
We have a group chat.
Maybe if Optimus, you know what? If I start doing better in fighting games, I'll choose optimism as a.
Don't pull the fucking. What was that?
No
Fucking
conditions.
Roman emperor was like, if I win this war, I'll believe
Constantine.
in God.
Yeah.
Constantine.
No, I'm not
We're
doing
not
that.
gonna do
No.
Nope. It has to be.
I'm just saying
unconditional.
that'll be like the real. I was like, whoa, I've been goofy this whole time.
I was the goofball all along.
I'm a goober.
Yeah.
Alright, till
Beautifully
next
done.
time.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Darren,
Anything y'all want to shout out?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know who. Well, if you're interested, I'm in like 3 Christmas shows. They're all fun times. You can go to stepstewart.com to get tickets. If I was on here and I didn't tell you that, Step would come for me. It's Step with 2 P's. Stewart spelled STEWART.com. Christmas at the Savoy is one. A Soulful Christmas is the other. Motown Christmas is also great. I won't be in it, but hey, if that's your jam, have a great time.
Where are these located so people in the area could like?
So there's one in Decatur at Porter Sanford Theater, one at Encore which is a film and soundstage, if I understand correctly, off of Fulton Industrial. And then Motown's going to be at Marietta Theater in the Square.
Yeah.
Huh? Sure.
No, I know where that is.
Yeah,
That's
me too.
good. I have no idea. I'll be
Right by
there
the
in like
Bridgemont, right?
2 weeks.
Yeah, that's where
good.
404 is. Oh,
Yeah.
you've been.
Yeah.
You've been. Never mind.
So yeah, all that information's on the website though. Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Anything you want to shout out, KJ?
I'm still streaming and making YouTube videos about fighting games and all the other things. Check me out at Koala Bear on YouTube and Koala Bear 1 on Twitch.
Yes, sir.
Anything else you want to shout out?
Shout out Nibble!
Nibble!
What am I missing?
Anything else you want to shout out?
Maybe perhaps the Underachievers podcast.
Oh, yeah.
that you run as well.
Yo, Nas is gonna kill me. I'm sorry.
He's
Check
just
out the
underachieving.
Underachievers podcast. It's called the Underachievers because of me.
Because clearly he underachieves very well.
Shout out the cat. The whole business was right there.
Yo, he's gonna. How did you underachieve this week? I forgot to shout out the podcast. Yeah, we post every week. We don't really have a day, but I post every week. I'm the tech guy. Nas isn't here, but he's been on the podcast. You know him, you love him.
Actually, their next episode is going to have Alfonso in it as
it'll-
well.
It'll feature Alfonso.
Yes.
Finally.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, Darren's the next guest, and
I
then
am?
John, and then all three.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
am I going to be on the podcast?
Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's
Thought
wild.
you had a fan. Thought you had a
Whenever you
friend.
want.
I was going to say, I'm just here sometimes.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, no,
Just here sometimes.
Whenever you want. That's fine.
It's literally,
It'll be easier to play with them because I live with these guys.
that's
But-
fine. I get it. We're just not really friends like that.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Nas. Please don't kill me.
All right. And don't forget to shout out. Don't forget to check out Cellraise, the easiest way to
Goats.
make money online. Do you know anything about Cellraise?
I have no idea. Tell me.
Do you know anything about Cellraise?
No,
You've met
inform
the
me.
founder before. Anyway,
I know about
so
Cellraise.
my good buddy Tyler, shout out
Okay.
to him. Him and his friend Jeff made this little platform online called Cellraise. Essentially, you know how you ever sell anything online?
Sure.
Okay, so when you sell stuff online, you have to list it 5 different times if you want to like cast a really wide net. You got to list it on eBay, Mercari, Amazon, like all separately.
Yeah.
And it doesn't keep track of your inventory across all 3 sites because they're different websites. So they made this thing called Cellraise. It's the platform you automatically connect, not automatically, but you log in, connect the accounts to your Cellraise account, and then you can list the item once, and it will
And then-
automatically go in all 3.
Oh, that's
And it updates
beautiful.
the inventory between all 3.
That's
Yeah,
actually
So you have
really
to do all
cool.
that. Makes it so easy. They also have an AI in their little app now. Take a
Okay.
picture of what you're selling. It can automatically generate a description, a name, a price, all of that, and list it for you.
So think about it. Christmas is coming up. You're gonna have new clothes, have old shit. Just sell it. Like
Yeah.
people are gonna want it.
I'm trying to get
People
rid
are
of
gonna want
so
it.
much stuff.
Exactly.
I bought a camper, so my intention is to move into a camper full time shortly.
You ever seen like van life on YouTube?
Those are pretty cool.
Yes, like little shorts. Yes.
Those
Yeah.
are cool.
I want to
vans.
look into more. This one's already renovated. I didn't have to do anything.
It's
But
nice. It's huge.
How much
Oh,
does it cost?
cool.
You don't want me asking.
Can I give a range?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Between 10 and 15K.
Oh, okay.
That's not bad. I was expecting
But,
more.
yeah.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
And they
Money
sold it. One day I'll explain how I was able to do this. It wasn't illegal, but but I say that to say there is less storage space, and I have so many clothes, and I only wear like 10 of them. So the
Yeah.
rest has to go, and this sounds like a great way to get rid
Oh
of
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can check
Clear
them
the
out at
closet.
sellraise.com, sellraze.com, or on the App Store at Cellraise.
Cool.
Same
Hi,
spell.
Tyler.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
All right, and don't forget to check out the Scat Cast every Wednesday morning on Spotify, Amazon Music, Amazon Podcasts, YouTube now, Spotify.
Ooh, ooh.
All the major podcast platforms are up on YouTube.
I mean, whatever you're listening to
Yeah.
right now will be there.
Yeah.
You have to be listening to this to hear it.
I was
Anyway.
gonna say you're here, so
Yeah.
good job.
But every Wednesday morning, check us out. And then you can follow us on Instagram at scat.cast. We'll post clips, little updates on our stories.
TikTok
And
and
then-
scat.clips too.
Exactly.
That's all there.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Gang gang.
All right.
Gang, gang.
I appreciate y'all for coming.
Of course.